G'day guys and welcome back to your English Aussie. We are live with the beginning of Game Week 32. This is my current team for the Game Week. I have got triple captain active on Alexander Isak, and I will be looking to play that I think this week. I think I've sort of come to that conclusion, come to the decision that I'm comfortable with that triple captaincy, and that's kind of what I want to go for this week. Happy to talk through with you guys sort of reasons why, some of the thoughts behind it, etc. I think one of the key ones is just looking at Isak sort of XG, XA over the previous couple of weeks. And yeah, I think it was really clear that he was the better option, especially when it comes to these picks. Mateta again, I think little bit struggling. But yeah, I definitely think Isak is the way to go. I have put up on here, obviously you got the team news coming across the screens. Feel free to chuck in comments in the chat if you want any of your team reviews. I will be doing team reviews for everyone. I think I previously had this on subscribers only mode, but I think I'll set it to anyone can come in, post comments for now. I know often we have quite a few on the last couple of streams, so yeah, I just wanted to get this kicked off and running for you guys first, and then yeah, hopefully we can crack on. All right, so just a quick look at sort of the Isak v Mateta, which I think is something that everyone's been interested in so far this year, and probably one of the main things to talk about today. I think, as you can see from this graph, the sort of XG and shots for Mateta over the last 10 game weeks have been a little bit lower than Isak. I did at one point overlay the fixture difficulty, and the fixture difficulty roughly aligned to this, but I thought Isak did look a little bit better. Then when I went and looked at sort of Isak's stats against United in specific, and I thought about that game that they played, bench boost, analog day studio. No, I wouldn't bench boost, mate. I think Game Week 33 is definitely the better week for the bench boost. I think this week there's so many issues. But if you put your team below, or you give me your team ID that I can look at your team, there are certain teams that may be bench boost, but I think generally, I would say 99% of teams, it's not worth bench boosting this week. There's just so much rotation risk this week. For example, Gordon's going to be at least maximum on the bench for Newcastle. This is probably the only game all season that Morgan Rogers is a potential rotation risk for Aston Villa. Obviously, you got like Bukayo Saka, potentially could be like definitely a minutes risk, maybe a rotation risk for Arsenal. You've got Cole Palmer that came off after 45 minutes for Chelsea. Obviously, Maresca said that was planned, and that he was always planning on taking Cole off after 45 minutes. But it just shows that his fitness is not quite there. He's not quite up to scratch yet. And therefore, for me, I would just be a little bit concerned about him playing a big number of minutes as well. So if you've got your team ID, Analog Day Studio, just chuck it in the chat, and I can pull your team up. I can look at your team and tell you whether I would bench boost. This week for me, I'm using my triple captain. I will be triple captaining Alexander Isak. I've thought long and hard about this over the last week. Longer really, but I think the two options for me are you either triple captain Isak this week or you wait till 36. I don't think there's another option. I don't think the TC on Mateta is worth it. Look, I think Palace frequently do well against Man City and often do turn them over. But I just see Man City as a team that are also on the up. I know Palace have been great away from home. The last 6 games, they've kept 6 clean sheets. They've won every single game. Like the same way, I think City have been excellent in their last few games. They've been a lot less vulnerable in transition. Obviously, they've only lost to Forest and Liverpool, and Forest was a sort of 1-0 smash and grab for Nottingham Forest. And then Liverpool, obviously, at that stage, were playing really well and have got a bit of a stick up their arse about beating Man City. So, for me, I didn't feel like Mateta was an option for the week. I really felt like Isak was a nice option. And if you did watch the game between Newcastle and Manchester United in the first half of the season, you would have seen Newcastle absolutely tear United apart in that first half, and United had to really change things up in the second half to deal with their press and their high press. The other thing that sort of made me think about this was United have obviously a little bit more focused on the Conference League at the moment. That's their sort of really their best way of getting into Europe with the way they're playing in the Premier League and where they are at the moment. So there is a chance that they do have some rotations this week, and they do rotate some of their key players for this Newcastle game. And if they do rotate this week against Newcastle, again, that could be another great option for Isak to sort of really run riot against them. So yeah, I think the triple captain on him is definitely a good option. I know people are concerned about his minutes, but to be honest, like Eddie Howe is not somebody that you can trust with commentary. But Tyndall also commented in his that he said he was feeling fine. He has been training. They're obviously assessing him day by day, so there is something there. So I do expect his minutes to maybe, if they are smashing them, to be 70 minutes maybe. For example, in the last game, Isak came off after 71 minutes against Leicester and they were 3-0 up. So that's probably what I'd be expecting from him, 70 minutes plus, which I think in these 2 games for Newcastle with United and Crystal Palace, if he's coming off after 70 minutes, it's because they're winning the game. If Newcastle are winning the game, I would say that it's more than likely that Isak has contributed somewhat. I know against Leicester that he didn't manage to come in there, but yeah, I would definitely be expecting him to contribute in some way. If I move through this as well, maybe I can move through a couple of other sort of discussion points that we've had. Obviously, a few of you have had those discussion points over Saka and Palmer this week. I think there is the issue between minutes for both of these guys. But I do think that for this week, I'd rather have Cole Palmer against Ipswich. I know he's been in bad form, but I expect him to start. I expect him to play 60, 70 minutes. And I think Maresca is under a little bit of pressure to make sure that Chelsea go out and do well in the league at the moment. It was a very interesting decision to obviously play them 45 minutes in the Brentford game. I think they felt that they had enough in the Europa League. But again, I thought a surprising decision, in my opinion, to take him off after 45 minutes, even if it was pre-planned. So I think in terms of expected minutes, I'd probably say both of these guys have similar expected minutes for this game week. I can see Arteta starting Saka, playing him 50 to 60 minutes. I can see Maresca starting Palmer and playing in maybe 60, 70 minutes. So I think both ways I expect these guys to both be playing and to both be in the team. However, there are other options out there if you are looking to sort of move to somebody else. I think Son has been a bit of a struggle for Spurs lately. Like, hasn't really been getting the returns at all for his price tag. And as you can see from this, sort of, he's one of the lowest out of these four options here. Although they are playing Wolves, Wolves have been really sort of under revival under Pereira over the last 3 weeks with 3 wins in a row. That's really boosted their chances of staying in the league. And he did note in his press conference that Cunha would not be starting and that he would have to come on, like Cunha will have to come on from the bench. They are planning to stick with the same team that has got them their last 3 wins. Tottenham, Ange was talking about injuries. He basically said that no one really picked up any knocks in that midweek game for Spurs. Adogi and Van der Ven were both cramps. They had sort of cramped up during the week, and they were Suks, hey mate, good morning. And they hadn't, and they didn't have any problems, so they should be back. Straight in, mate. First one of the day. Good to have you. Abishek Karate, hey mate, welcome back. Marmoush or Rodgers? I'd definitely go for Marmoush this week. I think this is one week where there is a small chance of Morgan Rodgers being benched by Unai Emery, despite the love that he has for him. I think it's probably 60-40 that he starts, I would say. But there is a chance that he gets benched. And I think Mamouche v Palace is nice. So I would go Mamouche. Niels, evening mate. Probably a good time for you this week, joining the chat. Suks, mate. So, what have you got? Raya, Livramento, Kirkes, Munoz, Guardiola, Salah, Saka, Murphy. Great game week for you last week, mate. Great game week for you last week. 180k in the world you were last week, just for that game week. 500k increase. You got Saka and Gabriel bench and an injured Kluivert, and most likely need a doubler for the weeks after. I think that... Yeah, I see. You probably have to then go Savinho, who's also, I guess, a little bit of a minute's risk. My thoughts are that Kluivert potentially... So, Iraola's press conference was ultimately that Kluivert, I can't pronounce that guy's name. Tavernier? I'm Greek, so I say taverns. Tavernier and Sinistera had some injury issues, but Sinistera was the least likely of the 3 to be available. So that made me think that Kluivert potentially had a decent chance of playing. But ultimately, if you're going to bench him, then it's worth moving him on. So I think this week you're going to be looking for doublers for 33. I think in the midfield, it's actually really difficult to go for someone this week that you want to play. Like, the only one that I'd really go for is maybe Morgan Rodgers, but I'm just not confident in who's going to start for Villa outside of Watkins and Mallon this week. I'm pretty confident those 2 are going to start for Villa. Probably Asensio as well, given that they didn't start in the Champions League, and they'll rotate the rest of them. I don't know if they have enough rotations to be rotating Morgan Rodgers. So I think with you, I'd be going Livramento, Munoz, and Guardiola for your back 3. Then in the midfield, up front, you obviously have Isak, Mateta, Mamouche. And then your 4 in midfield, Salah, Murphy. And then the question is, do you play Savinho and Saka, or do you look to move Kluivert and get somebody else in? I'd probably then say you play Savinho and hope that it's a similar to last week, and that if he doesn't come on, he gets benched. and if he gets benched, he doesn't come on. And then your question is, do you move Gabriel now? Do you play an extra defender this week and have someone for double in 33? Or do you move Kluivert now? I think that's a tough call. I think because there's not really a lot of defenders that I'd move for this week that then they're doubling the next week. Maybe the only one is Konsa that you think would play both weeks for Villa in the double and has a nice game week this week against Southampton. And I think more than likely plays. Foggy, hey mate, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while on these streams. Neil, Saka versus Rashford for bench and Saliba versus Gvardiol. I'd definitely play Gvardiol over Saliba. Saka v Rashford. I'd probably say I play Saka. My guess is that Rashford is benched. The front three is Asensio, Malen and Watkins. And I have a feeling that there's a chance that he starts Saka for Arsenal. Again, I'd probably say it's 50-50. I think it's a question of if they're both bench, who do you prefer for 30 minutes? Probably Saka. Because if Arsenal are winning, Saka then just doesn't come on. And then you just get Rashford off the bench. Whereas if Arsenal are losing or struggling, Saka comes on for 30 minutes and is the key to that team. Yeah, so for you, Suks, I think my option would be to remove Kluivert despite the fact there's quite a good chance that he plays this week. Or remove Gabriel and go for maybe Kiwior and play 4 at the back. So I think those two options are, what do you prefer, Suks? Do you prefer 4 at the back? You get Kiwior in for Gabriel this week. He'll be doubling in 33. Or Saliba, really, if you've got the money. I like Kiwior because I think he's pretty locked to play. Or you could even go Timber, but I just think he's a little bit more of a risk with Ben White around. Yeah, or you go Kluivert out and probably Morgan Rogers for me. Yeah, you move Kluivert. Then I think it's like, do you want? Yeah, I think it's got to be Rogers really. I don't know who else you'd go for, or you take a punt on Asensio, because I think Asensio is going to play this week. He's probably going to start. Would you recommend a Malen or an Asensio? Yeah, I think that's the question. I think going forwards, like this week, I think they'll both start. This week, I'm almost certain from Emery's press conference that Malen and Watkins are starting. Asensio, he didn't mention by name, but I would guess, given that he didn't play in Champions League, that he plays. Going forwards, I think in 33, I'd probably think that Asensio is more likely to get minutes than Malen. But again, I think if you go for either of these guys, the one thing that you've got to consider is they probably don't start both in 33. So do you even want to go for a doubler in 33? Or would you consider just going for someone who has nice fixtures in 32 and 33 in that midfield? Which leads me to Brighton and leads me to somebody in that midfield like maybe a Yinkuba Minte. So I think sit on those thoughts for a little bit and then come back to me. Tony Gamma, hey mate, I will pull you up. Abishek, you'll go, and then Analog Day Studio. I'll get through all of you guys. Just bear with me. Just trying to give some good advice. So yeah, I'd probably, like, if you were to pick between Malen and Asensio, my pick would be Asensio. But again, I think have a think about whether you'd rather someone that just has two nice fixtures in 32 and 33. You could even go for like Luis Diaz, which is actually like a super differential pick. But Liverpool v West Ham and Leicester, or even Diego Jota. Like, those are two, like, quite nice picks, I would say, that are very differential. And have great fixtures over the next 2 weeks. Okay, cool. So, Tony, you're up, mate. Another green arrow, Tony. Great game week last week. This is what I like to see in the subscriber base. 72k in the world last week you were. Even beat Suks. That's a great week, that, mate. Shame that Isak captaincy just didn't quite get over the line for us right at the end, eh? Team looks good, Tony. What are you thinking? Any tips you just asked? Okay, so Henderson, Munoz. So Hendo in goal this week. Munoz, Gvardiol and Burn at the back. Then you got Rodgers, Murphy, Salah. Probably Foden. Foden's not an injury risk, by the way. He's just a minutes risk. I know he's yellow flagged, but Guardiola didn't say anything about him. Mateta, Isak, Mamouche up front, and then on the bench, Timber, Kluivert, Hodgson. Yeah, so for you, I think it's sort of some similar thoughts. Like, I think Bournemouth's fixtures going forwards now are much less nice for the rest of the season from an attacking perspective. So I think Kluivert's an easy one to move. I think the question just comes like, who do you want to move for? You don't really have an obvious route to anybody at the moment. I think for you, it would be probably an Arsenal midfielder, which would be, you don't have the money for Saka, so maybe it's a Mikel Merino. But I think quite easily for you this week, you can just roll the transfer. I think you just roll the transfer. Start either Kluivert or Foden. Have the other one first on the bench. I'd probably lean towards Kluivert. Probably lean towards Kluivert. But we might get some late team news on Man City, so we'll park that one till later. But I think you can roll your transfer, look to move Kluivert on next week in 33. Otherwise, team's looking good for next week, mate. Arham, Imtiaz, Foden or Saka, whom should I bench? Again, I think on that one we got to try. I think we'll get late Man City team news, and then we'll just work off that. If there is no team news, I'd probably bench Saka. I think there's more likelihood of Foden starting. But I think Saka could start this week. Honestly, could start. Don't think it's out of the question. Cool. Hopefully that's helpful, Tony. Abishek and then Analog Day Studio. Abishek, another subscriber with great game week, mate. 49k in the world last week, up to 200k. You're on AM as well. Who have you got here? Potter. All right, well, you're trying to bring in Glasner, so I'm thinking replacing Munoz with whom? Yeah, I 100% agree. I was going to say my number one suggestion is get Glasner in. I think, look, it might not come off, right? But the upside is so big that it's just worth making that move. You could end up with 40 points if Palace win both their games. I know that it's not super likely, but if the case of just Palace draw with Newcastle, then Glasner's going to get the same amount of points as Eddie Howe, basically. So that's all you need, really. Palace a result against Newcastle, and then your AM's the correct AM. I think anyone that doesn't go Glasner is a silly decision. It's a silly decision. It really is. I think Glasner is a clear pick for me. I would not be going anywhere else on AM. Although you didn't listen to my Thomas Frank shout last week, disappointing. You went for Potter, but I mean they both ended up okay. So you're thinking of replacing Munoz, but for who? But for who? Who do you not have? Maybe Konsa. Maybe Konsa. That's probably the guy that I expect to have the most minutes for Aston Villa. I know that he did get a bit of a rest against Forest in 31, and he only came on because Garcia got taken off at half time. But I just feel like his minutes. Yeah, will he start? I mean, that's the question really for everyone though, mate. I think it's hard to tell who's going to start, but I think of all the players, he's probably your most likely. Was it Dino or Maatsen that started midweek? Because then your other option is... it was Dean that started midweek against Paris Saint-Germain, isn't it? The other option is you go Maatsen for 32, but then you got the same issues in 33. Like, are you sure that they're going to start? So I'm assuming that you want to go into an Arsenal midfielder at some point. Is that right to assume, or am I wrong? Because otherwise you just go triple Arsenal defence. Otherwise you just go triple Arsenal defence for the double in 33. It would be crazy. You just go Kiwior for Munoz. That could be interesting. And then, yeah, bench boost 33. Oh, you'll still be on AM, won't you? Yeah, you could still go triple Arsenal, though. Still all right. When did you AM? 31. Yeah, so you can still... Yeah, I think that's not... I think yeah, your options are really, I think, Konsa or Kiwior. I think those are your two options. What would I go? If you're not planning to go for an Arsenal midfielder, I'd probably go Kiwior. But your defence then is heavily reliant on Arsenal over the next however many weeks. You got free hit 34, so you should be fine. 35 Bournemouth, all right. And 36, 37 Liverpool and Newcastle. You can play Gvardiol, Nico Williams, and maybe you can make a transfer at that point, moving someone. So yeah, I think Kiwior's all right. I think that works. That's probably where I'd go. Cool. All right, who was next? Analog Day Studio. Let me just read some of the comments and then I'll crack on. Graham Shields, I have Gvardiol and Savinho. Do you think these two will start? Gvardiol, yes, for sure. Savinho, 50-50 for me. I hope he starts. Lewis, sold Alanga, then brought him back in, then he got injured. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, mate. That's not ideal. There is still a chance that he plays. Nuno is saying he's still looking at them. But I think from like his expressions in the press conference, which I think it's important to watch the press conference to see, I would probably say that he's touch and go and like not likely to start. KK Gaming, Gvardiol or Nico Williams start one. I think this one is one I'm still tossing up. Like, I've started Milenkovic over Gvardiol this week. I'm not convinced that's the right decision, but I think that O'Reilly's going to start a left back for City. Guardiola's talking about how he's doing a really great job in that position for them, which means that Guardiola's going to start a CB, which means he's less likely to get attacking returns. But I'd probably go Nico Williams if I had to pick one of the two. But again, I think 50-50. Another great game week. Matt Wilson, Analog Day Studio. I'm not sure if you are a subscriber, man. I haven't seen you before on this. If you're not, guys, please remember, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I know it's just a small thing for you guys, but it makes a big difference to my channel. And like, we're really starting to grow pretty quickly at the moment, so I really would appreciate it if you could. But yeah, Matt, I think looking at your team, did I just answer quickly some of those questions? Girk will get to your team after. And the rest of those questions I'll come to. Orange Apple, what's up, bro? Good to see you back, mate. Matt, so Pope, Virgil, Munoz, Guardiola, Murphy, Salah, Saka and Bumo, Eze. Oh, nice. It's a bit of a different team. That's kind of nice to see. So back three this week, Virgil, Munoz, Guardiola. You still have free hit. You've used bench boost. You're on AM or you've used AM. Interesting. When did you use your AM? 24, 25, 26, yeah. Cool. So did you have any questions on like what you're looking to do or just asking for tips, Analog? Just asking for tips. I think your team's all right. I think you obviously maybe want to look towards a couple more doublers maybe. Just got to move Gabriel next week. Don't think really need to do much this week. JP on the bench. I think your team that's on here right now is the team that I would start. Probably JP over either Saka or Mbumo. Probably JP over Saka. Saka first on the bench. And then I think just next week, roll the transfer this week. Next week, move Gabriel to Saliba or Kiwior. And maybe you have two transfers, so use the other one on that looks nice for 33. You probably just move Gabriel. I think that's a good team, mate. It's nice, a bit different as well. Hopefully that helps, mate. Let me know if there's any more thoughts that you want me to touch on, Matt. But yeah, great game week. 147k in the world. Roll on 32, mate. Push for that top 100k. All right, who have I got to? Suku, thoughts on Clivert to Diaz with West Ham and Leicester, then Gabriel to Kiwior? Yeah, I really like that. I think that's nice. I thought Diaz was a really nice thought as a differential, actually. Two good fixtures as well. I would also consider Diego Jota. I know he's only played like 60, 70 minutes. You could also go, probably Jota. Just because I think like Gakpo's getting back to fitness a little bit, so Diaz's minutes is going to go down a little bit. Maybe Jota is probably the most likely to be playing 60, 70 up top. Because Darwin is trash. Peter, keep up your great content. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Please, guys, if you are enjoying the content, hit that subscribe, give us a like, help this channel out, help it grow. Okay. Arham Imtiaz, what do you recommend about triple captain Isak this game week 32? I have bench boost and free hit left. Yeah, I think triple captain Isak is the way to go. I think the two options are triple captain Isak this week or wait for game week 36. But I really think that there is such a big chance of there being no doubles and the 37 postponements just going midweek in 37. Kingdom of K, everyone got the same team. Yeah, I know. It's an unfortunate case of there being only 4 doublers in 33. I guess it's the ones you pick have got to do well. Start Savinho or Rodgers. I'll start Rodgers, I think. I think if he doesn't play, he's going to just not play. Orange Apple, good to see you, mate. Next up is Gurk. 5649255. Should I bring in Consa this week over Guardiola? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Gurk, one sec. Matt. Nah, I wouldn't bring in Consa for Guardiola. Definitely not. Guardiola's great for next week. He's doubling as well. If you're going to bring in Consa, it will be for Gabriel, I would say. Analog day. Not for Guardiola. Guardiola's a good pick this week. Yasmin, hey man. Great to see you back. Thanks for joining again. Abishek Mahato, I have Foden and Saka. I had Potter as AM. I already have Munoz, Mateta, Liverman, and Murphy, Isak. What should I do for AM and Foden? For AM, sell Munoz, get Glasner. Upside's so big, you could end up with 40 points. It's definitely worth it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But 40 points versus whatever you end up with is worth the -4. Oh, yeah, two free transfers. So, yeah, sell Munoz for whoever you need to sell him for. Kiwi or Saliba, whatever. Konsa, etc. Switch Potter for Munoz, for Glasner. And I'm sure the rest of your team's all right. If I just start Foden, hope he starts. Start Rare or Martinez. Martinez for me this week. Suku, Clive to Diaz or Gabriel to Timber. Which sex Kiwior? I like Kiwior a little bit more. Just because I think Timber and Ben White could rotate a little bit. Analog Day Studio, I already did your team, mate. Did you? I put you up. You were just on. Just rewind the stream. Cody, hey bro, we'll get to you for sure. Teach me tips. Good to see you back. Don't bench boost this week. I don't bench boost this week. Too many rotation issues. All right, Gurk/Gavi. Team looks nice, mate. I've really got no suggestions here. Oh, Elanga out. Yeah, Elanga out, Murphy in. Bench Saliba and one of Milenkovic/Gvardiol. That's my dilemma this week as well. Like, if you want to see my team, this is what it looks like. I benched Gvardiol, but I'm still a little bit 50-50 about it. I think it's the right decision. I think Palace are a nicer team than Everton attacking wise. Mohamed Atif bench 2, Saliba and Gvardiol. I'm going to say Gvardiol, but I think the Gvardiol versus Milenkovic is a tight call. So yeah, I think one of those two, make your choice. I think either's fine. And then I think I'd have to say one of Saka versus Elanga on the bench, and I think my shout would probably be bench Saka. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I think it would be bench Saka, yeah. Because again, I think if Elanga's not fit, then he just doesn't play. And then you get Saka off the bench. 65k in the world though, mate. Nice. You're catching me. You're only 12k behind me. I'm 53, I think, at the moment. Oh, you're 50-50 on the Saka versus Elanga as well, or the Milenkovic Gvardiol? Gurk. I think the Milenkovic Gvardiol is a real tough one. I think Saka v Elanga. I think I'd just play Elanga. I think I'd play Elanga, thinking that if he's probably not going to get brought on off the bench for Forest. I don't think Nuno would do that. He has such. They need such high intensity to play that game that if he's not 100% fit, I just have a feeling that he's just not going to be picked by them. So that's my thoughts. And to be honest, I think Elanga's probably not going to be fit, and you'll just get Saka. That is my thought. And I think more likely than not, Saka probably gets. I think the Saka starting is a real possibility, honestly. Thoughts on Quirkers v Gvardiol? I'd play Gvardiol. Do you think Ollie Watkins will start? Rafi Cooper? Yeah, I think Watkins will definitely start. Cool. Hopefully that helps. Gurk. I'm just going to move on to the next one, which is Graham. So Graham, it's you, Teach Me Tips, Kaya, and then Cody. Sorry guys, just bear with me. I will get to all your teams. I will not miss anybody. Just need a little bit of time to get through everything. Graham, 4-star general. Oh yeah, your team looks spot on, mate. Spot on, yeah. How AM? How to Glasner, mate? Thoughts? You're probably not going to do it because you obviously went How last week for a reason. But yeah, my honest thoughts are take the plunge. Take the plunge and go for a 40-pointer of Glasner. But I think where you are and what your rank is, like, you probably don't need to chase that bigger upside. So maybe for your team, you just stick with How. I think for most people, I'd say if you're really looking to like get no problem, Gurk, Teach me tips. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate that. Love the vibe of the streams. No worries. I mean, my streams are all about helping you guys. Like, I just think about my team in the week, make my decision, and then sometimes you guys come on and tell me some good stuff, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I will change my mind. Has happened a few times. So yeah, it's good having the conversations. I think it's a bit more interesting, and then you guys just listening to me chat rubbish, which I can talk in the week on videos. I don't know why, but I still have Jackson. Do you think I should start him? No, sell him. Sell him. Nah, start him. I think if you got him, just start. I don't know who else you have in your team, mate. Sam, but I'd start him. What would I do with this team? Guardiola, Milenkovic, Munoz, probably at the back. Maybe Nico Williams over Milenkovic. Everton are very good in the air, offset pieces. So Milenkovic, goal threat. Maybe a little bit less. Saar, Murphy, Salah, Bowen. Scrap Bowen on the bench, Savinho in. Roll the transfer, I think, Graham. Any other thoughts here, Graham? Or is that probably where you'd be going? Martinez in goal over Raya. I reckon roll the transfer. Bench Bowen, Saliba, and one of Williams, Milenkovic. I think I'd be tempted to go for Nico Williams and bench Milenkovic if I had it that way around. But Milenkovic bigger upside, so yeah, maybe I wouldn't. Always that goal, the defender goal threat is sort of what I end up going for. FPL confused, I'll get to you, mate. No worries, just stick around for a little bit. I've got a few more to get through. Teach me tips. You're up, Graham. If you need a bit more help, just post what you're thinking. I can always answer some questions if that didn't answer all your questions, mate. Teach me tips. 5, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. But nice stuff, Graham. Did great game week last week. Man, everyone that's been watching my streams has been going great the last couple of weeks. We had a lot of green arrows, so hopefully I am helping to get you guys there. Neil's thoughts on Murphy captain? Not for me, mate. Not for me. Why would I say that? I think when I watched Newcastle play United, I just think Isak's going to be more of a focal point. Against Palace, I think Murphy, that's where he might thrive a little bit more. But Palace tend to set up super defensively away from home. Yaz, what should you do with your Palace players? Sorry, mate. Darling, I activated my AM chip last week. Got 3 Palace players. Want to go for Glasner. I think I said sell Munoz. Munoz to... Yeah, I mean, really, any of those options are good. Bradley's going to start, so you could go Bradley. You could go Nico. I probably like Nico. I'd like Nico. I like Nico the best out of all of them. I think Forest have some really nice fixtures coming up and probably the best defence. I would go Munoz to Nico of those options. I'd keep Saar because he's going to play 100%. All the midfielders are rotation risks. And I'd get Glasner in. All right, Simon. Nick, yes, bro. What's good? I see Isak shipping 3 against United with Onana's performance. Unless Bandir starts. As a United fan, that's good to hear, mate. Should I bench boost or triple captain Isak? I'd triple captain Isak in this team. Teach me tips, mate. Kirkes v Gvardiol, I'd go for Gvardiol. And then I think I'd probably go... Savinho vs Saka is probably your call. But roll the transfer. I think you're good. I think I'd end up on Saka as just a massive punt. I'd end up on Saka as a punt. Bless Joe, triple captain Salah. Do it. I mean, it would be jokes. It did come to mind. But now, if you're going to triple captain Salah, just wait till next week. Unless you're bench boosting next week. Just wait till next week against Leicester. No problem, bro. All right. Kaya means... You are next up. And then we have Cody. And then we have FPL Confused. Cody, FPL Confused. Was there anyone else? I thought someone else posted in here. No, I didn't see it. Bernie91. My team is great for this week, but not the best for next week. So if I triple captain now, wildcard and triple captain, I have to wildcard. I have to wait to 35, 36. Alternatively, I could wildcard now and use triple captain and bench boost in 33. Yeah, wildcard now, bench boost in 33, triple captain in 36. I think, mate, definitely is the best way to go, Bernie. Definitely. Is Saka starting? Sam? Unknown, mate. I think it's 50-50. I really think he could and just play like 50, 60 minutes. Should I TC Isak this week again, Sam? I would, mate, and I can go through it in a little bit more detail later on the stream once I get through all of the team reviews. By the way, Kaya, any thoughts on your team, or you're just looking for some advice? Nick, would I start Guardiola or Saliba this week? Guardiola for me, mate. I think much better fixture. I think Brentford are a decent attacking side, and Arsenal defensively might be a bit of rotation in their side as well. Sam, triple captain Xerxes. Please, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Come on. I've got United fans on this stream, but even they're not that delusional. I don't know. Nick, did you triple captain Xerxes just for bants? Nick's probably the one on my stream that's stream sniping me, so you can check what my team is to beat me in head-to-head. You probably have me this week, don't you? I'm actually not sure. I didn't check. Villa have ruined this game week. Chandelier Horse. Still think Conser starts, but Rodgers, their main man, will have reduced minutes. Potential 1-pointer incoming. Yeah, I'm waiting to 33 to bring Rodgers in. And then I'll make the call then. Yasmin, friends asking, should he start Gvardiol, Conser, Saliba and Marmoush? Tell your friend to log into my stream and ask the question. And then subscribe and like the channel. And guys, please, if you are enjoying it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's only a small thing, takes a little second for you, but it really helps this channel grow. And I really appreciate it because it does take a lot of time setting all this stuff up and working through things. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you can. But yeah, Yaz, I would start Gvardiol out of the four. Oh, I mean, I'd start Mamouche. I'd start Mamouche for sure, number one. If he's got to start one of those four, it'd be Mamouche. Always the attacker. You got maximum upside. Analog Day Studio, Milenkovic or Gvardiol? This is the question of the week, really. I'm currently on Milenkovic, but I need to have a little bit of think about it later in the stream, I think. If anybody has a good reason for why Gvardiol over Milenkovic, post in the chat. Good to chat through. Should I get Eze or Sarr for a -4? Cheetos? Don't know. What's the rest of your team, mate? It's quite a tough one question answer. Suksu, or I could do Kirkus to Conser, Gabriel to Saliba, Clivert to Malin. I don't think I like that as much as what we had before. I don't think I like that as much, Suks. I think the benching is the question. Yeah, look, I think the benching will be all right this week. I think you'll end up with just a 1 or 2 pointer from someone. I don't think we're going to get hurt by the bench too much this week. Xerxes was great versus Leon. Love Hoy, I can't pronounce his name. Rasmus. But jeez, he's been awful. To be honest, watching Xerxes earlier, like throughout his time playing for United, I've always thought that I like him as a player. I don't think he's a natural goal scorer, but I feel like he's a bit more of like a Firmino. Like he links the play really nicely, and if you had like a Salah or a Mane either side of him, which obviously you don't have, I think he's actually like quite good. I know he's a bit rogue. I just think he's really low on confidence, and in that United side, there's not a lot of confidence to give. So yeah. Niels, Adam, create a rule only subscribers can comment on live streams. This will help increase subscribers. Yeah, I know. I have thought about doing that, but like I just hope that you guys just give us a subscribe. I'm trying to also make sure everyone gets a chance and stuff, but I could trial it out for a little bit and see how it goes. But I want to try and get in as many people as I can, answer all the questions that I can. help as many people out. Hopefully subscribers will subscribe because they like my content and they're enjoying it. But maybe in the future, if it becomes unmanageable answering everybody's questions, then I'll have to do that. But for the time being, I can work through it. People just need to give me a second to get to them, if that's okay with all of you guys. Suks, I just feel like if I get Diaz in now, game week 33, Rodgers will hurt the team's rank. Suks, do you know what, man? Just let me pull your team up quickly before I do Kaya. Kai, I know benching is your main question. This isn't you, is it, Suks? You're the next one. Yeah. Game week 33, Rodgers. But, I mean, Villa do have Newcastle and City in game week 33. It's not the easiest games in the world. So then your other option, Suks, is just to move Gabriel to Saliba this week or to Kiwior and just play 4 at the back. Just play 4 at the back. That's the only transfer you need to make. Or you move Gabriel to... or you just move Gabriel to Saliba. You play Munoz, Livramento, Saliba. And you just start your 4 midfielders. Saka, Savinho, Kluivert first on bench. Like, there is a chance that Kluivert plays, mate. There is a chance. So if you really want to bring in Rodgers in 33, you just got to hold Kluivert. Maybe you play him over Saka. Maybe you start Kluivert and hope he starts for Bournemouth. And Saka off the and Saka first on your bench, and you just play 3-4-3. You move Gabriel to a Kiwior or a Saliba or even a Konsa. And next week you can move Kirkes to the other one, whoever you think has the better fixture this week. So maybe you go Konsa. Sorry, Kaya. Let me get back to you. Yeah, so I think you could definitely do that, Suks. That's an option. Just a one transfer. Putting Kluivert, Saka first on bench. What do you think about Watkins in for Isak next week, or is it better to get Rodgers for Murphy? I was going to do Watkins to Isak and Rodgers for Murphy, so I guess I haven't thought about which one I would prefer. I think I'd prefer Rodgers for Murphy because I think Isak's nicer, and I think Rodgers is more likely to get both weeks. Kaya, benching headache. So I'd bench Saliba. I'd probably bench Saliba and Guardiola first on bench. Then midfield. Midfield, I think I'd just take the punt on Saka. I don't know. It depends if you're wanting to take the risk. I think if you're playing safe, you go Savinho. He's probably more likely to start. But I think Saka probably has the bigger upside. So I think if you want to play safe, you start Savinho. And yeah, I think I would start Konsa, and then if he doesn't play, then Guardiola's just going to come on. Konsa probably is not going to play 45 minutes. No, I don't think I'd bench Konsa. I think I'd play him against Southampton. I think I'd play Konsa. I know he played 45 minutes against Nottingham Forest, but I'm not expecting that to happen again. Jonesy, yes, mate. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, I'm playing triple captain. I'm playing it on Isak, and I will go through that for sure later. Why I'm doing that? I've just got to get through a few more team reviews, and it is Cody. Hopefully that helps, Car. Give us a subscribe if you guys haven't already. Like the video if you haven't already. Small things. Even come on, likes easy. There's loads of people on the stream. Just quick like. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't hurt your algorithm. Stop begging, Aussie. Stop begging. Have I missed anyone? No, I don't think so. Cool, Cody. Let me see what you were thinking about, mate. You're struggling with who to bench. We bench boost in 33, free hit in 34. Probably triple captain Isak this week. Isak. Oh man, it's because I know. It's because one of my mates was called Isak. Should I play 8 Nuri? I don't know, mate. What's the rest of your team? Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Yeah, good. I hate Arteta, man. I like Arsenal, but I hate Arteta. Teach me tips. Thanks for the stream today. I got to go. See you next week. Legend, mate. I'll catch you next week. Hope it goes well for you this week. Can you bench boost double game week players? Yes, you can, Tony. It will take points from both games. That's why double game week players are best to bench boost with. FPL confused, struggling who to bench and sell for AM. Yep, you're next up, mate. So I'll definitely look into that. Start 8 Nuri versus Tottenham or boom over Arsenal. And boom over Arsenal, Adhosh. Cody, on your benchings, mate. Any other questions on your team, Cody, while I'm looking through it? Or just mostly on benchings? I think Trippier Burn. I'd bench Saliba. Trippier Burn Munoz. Bench Saliba. Probably pay Areola. Bench Raya. Saka, Rashford, Salah. Ooh, Salah, that's rough. Do you know what I'm going to say in your situation? I'm going to say I think you should play 4 at the back. I think you should play Gvardiol. I think you should play Gvardiol, Burn, Trippier, Munoz, Areola in goal. Is that a huge call? That is a bit of a huge call from me. Salah, Rodgers. I would bench Rashford. I would play Saka. I think I would definitely bench Rashford. I think I would definitely bench Rashford. I think I'd bench Rashford, Saliba. And Saka. Nah, I'd bench Gvardiol. I'd play Saka. Upside's bigger. 1 goal from Palace wipes it all out. Upside's bigger. Yeah, Trippier Burn, Munoz, Saka, Salah, Rodgers. Have Gvardiol first on the bench, Rashford second on the bench. And then Saliba third. I'd play Areola. No, I'd play Raya over Areola. Areola's got Liverpool. I was thinking about game week 33 already. K7, morning, bro. Ali K, what's up, man? Good to see you guys back in the stream. B. Dot, hey, mate. Jared Bowen or Gibbs White? Gibbs White. Jonesy, Savinho or Saka? Like I said, I think Saka's the more risky play, but probably got a little bit bigger upside. Safe bet, I reckon, just go Savinho. So Gabriel Saliba, play Clive at bench Raya, Saka, Gvardiol, Kirkes. Yeah, mate, I think that's the way to go. I think so. Let me just double check your team. Did I say bench Gvardiol? Yeah, Livra, Munoz. Livra, Munoz. I'd maybe even play Gvardiol over Saliba. Suku. Maybe one of the two. Either way, I think that's the play though. I think that's the play. Think about if you want Kiwior over Saliba for future transfers. If you need the money, if you don't, then just Saliba's great. Cody, hopefully that helps, mate. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you got any further questions. Jonesy, what's the buzz with Gvardiol? Crystal Palace is tough. Yeah, I think that's sort of kicking into my head a little bit, but I just think Man City are really playing well at the moment. I think Nico Gonzalez at the base of their midfield has made them much more solid in transition. They've not been as poor defensively in transition. I think Nico O'Reilly at fullback's been excellent. I think Guardiola at centre-back is his position. I know he's nice at fullback, at left-back, but, you know, when he was playing in the World Cup and stuff, he played at centre-back. He was excellent there. Bring Milenkovic or roll? Probably roll. I don't know who your defenders are, Shalnak Faldese, but I'd probably roll. Terry McClarney, great stream. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate that. K7, got a benching dilemma this game week, mate. What is it? Give me your team ID. Get in. Cody, thanks, man. Appreciate it. No problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. My team is Mamouche, Mateta, Isak, Eze, Bowen, Murphy, Salah. Oh, God, too many. What was your question again? Should I play at Nuri? Wolves at Spurs? No, man. I wouldn't. It would be at the back, Livra, Milenkovic. Livra and Milenkovic, Gvardiol, probably. Will Spurs rotate massively? Could do. I don't mind 8 Nuri, actually. I don't mind 8 Nuri as a pick there. I think Spurs could rotate quite a lot midweek. I would actually probably go 8 Nuri over Guardiola. So bench Guardiola, Bowen, and Gabriel, Arteta FC. Sorry, who is next on teams? I'm FPL confused. Sorry, mate. I know you've had to wait a long time, so I do apologise, but I appreciate you sticking around in the stream. And then after you, I think I've got through most people. Dylan, would you bench boost Martinez, Saka, Milenkovic, Gvardiol? No, wouldn't bench boost this week. Too many rotation issues. I think I got through all the other questions. Is that option or the Luis Diaz Kirill shout? Suks, I think the Luis Diaz is a differential, like, or even like Diego Jota. I'd maybe go. I think that's the differential. Like, if you want to try and go different to everyone else at the moment, and like, let's say you think that the Rodgers pick goes wrong for everyone, then I think this is the way you go to be a little bit differential. You go with the Jota Diaz instead. Can you see my team selection? Yeah, I'll just flick it up quickly. This is what I've gone for. My team's nice, man. Honestly, like, my team's nice. Like, I didn't really have a dilemma this week. I'm probably the only manager in FPL that didn't really have much of a dilemma this week. I'd say like Savinho maybe was a little bit, but just easy to bench him and play and go Palmer. I think Palmer will start. Be disappointed if he doesn't. And then Milenkovic v Gvardiol was really my dilemma, but I just felt Nottingham Forest defensively more likely to keep a clean sheet. Milenkovic a little bit more goal threat. When you think about that, it's not that big a dilemma. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I felt like it was easy. 53k as well now. I'm climbing. Shonak, Nard, roll, mate. You're fine this week. Guardiola, Munoz, Liver are all going to play. Just roll. Joker _1, 53k, damn, my rank 782. You can check, mate. Epic, mate. Flick me your team ID, bro. That's incredible. Awesome, man. Nice to have you in the chat as well. I can't offer you any help, obviously, as you're dominating me. So happy to give you my thoughts, though. Maybe we can chat through. Maybe you can give me some advice. Neil, start 3 defenders out of Milenkovic, Timber, Munoz, 8 Nuri. Probably Milenkovic, Timber, Munoz. Timber doesn't play, you get 8 Nuri. Right, hey, Paddy, my guy, 2:51 a.m. for you. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in, bro. Hey, if you guys don't know Rikes, this guy, his name is Paddy. He does some really good music. It's called In Delusion. Check him out on SoundCloud. He's actually really great. Kentaro, good afternoon, mate. Great to see you. Orange Apple, is this best week remaining to TC if I bench boost next week? I think so, man. Otherwise, 36. Graham, can't decide between Howe and Glasner. I would definitely go Glasner. But I think in your case, given you're on how you did it for a reason. Maybe it's okay. Mate, I would Glasner for me is no like non thinking. I would just go Glasner. The upside's so big. Like the only situation is if you already had Howe and you have to waste a transfer. But like, if you had to take a -4, I would say Howe to Glasner. I'm not sure. That's probably the one situation where I think it's a little bit more 50-50. Otherwise, just Glasner. Anyway, FPL confused, struggling who to bench to sell for AM. So yeah, Potter to Glasner, Lindsay. Who I would sell, Munoz. Who you would sell to? You probably go Munoz to Konsa or Kirior. Or have you used bench boost? No, you're not gonna bench boost next week, are you? Because you're on AM. So you could just go for like a Nico Williams. You could go to a Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley would be a nice pick for Liverpool, West Ham and Leicester. Next to free hit in 34. And then maybe you could move him in 35 after that. And then work towards like a bench boost in 35 or 36. Yeah, I'd sell Munoz. Sell Munoz. Potter to Glasner. Munoz to... My pick's probably Connor Bradley. Really nice next 2 weeks. You're free hitting in 34, and then 35 maybe you go elsewhere. Outside of that, maybe next 2 weeks. He's not. Yeah, I mean you could go Konsa or Nico Williams, or Milenkovic really. Yeah. Right, Paddy. Thanks for the shout out regarding In Delusion. If anyone doesn't know, Adam is a cricket international, national team player at the moment for Cyprus. Haven't made my international debut yet, but I will be making it in August against Croatia in Croatia, which will be pretty cool. I just got the official call saying I'm picked for the international series in Croatia. So we'll be playing my first T20 international in August. Pretty cool. But yeah, In Delusion, SoundCloud. Check him out. He's great. Music's really cool. I really enjoy it. I was really vibing. Yeah, FPL confused. Hopefully that's helpful, mate. If you didn't hear this, just shout out me and I'll remind you to where to go back to, or I'll just go through it again. All right. I think there was someone else after you. Someone else after you. K7. Hey, my guy, K7. My guy. No problem, bro. Hopefully that helps. If you've got thoughts and stuff, like just chuck them in the chat, what you're deciding on. That's fine. I can happy to go through that. Let me just answer these questions. Brian, hey, bro. What's up? My defense is Munoz, Byrne, and Guardiol. Thinking of transferring in Milenkovic, would you start ahead of Guardiol? I am currently starting ahead of Guardiol, but I think you don't need to make that transfer, Brian. You can probably roll it. Like, it's not a huge transfer that you need to make. Like, maybe you want to wait for next week and then use that transfer on a double game weeker. Congrats, Adam. That's awesome. Thanks, Paddy, mate. Appreciate you being up at 3 a.m, bro. Much love. Only deciding on Gabriel Saliba or Nico Williams to start. Oh, sorry, Guardiola, Saliba, Nico Williams to start. Yeah, I think I'd probably go Nico. Did I not see that in your team? Yeah, I wouldn't go Saliba. I'd probably go... You got Raya in goal already, so you got one of the Arsenal clean sheets. So I'd probably just go... I'll go Nico or Guardiola. I think my call is probably Nico, but... K7, my guy, another green arrow. Look at all these green arrows in my stream, man. This week, I'm not sure I've seen a red arrow. What was Lindsay? Green arrow. I know I haven't seen you that frequently, but I've literally had everybody in this stream green arrows. So, good stuff. Oh, K7. Oh, yeah, I remember, man. You used all your chips, innit? What are we talking? What did you say? Got a benching dilemma. I would say Munoz, Burn, Milenkovic, bench Saliba, Guardiola, Saka, Murphy, Eze, Salah, Isak, Mateta. Probably play Elanga, bench Saka. If Elanga doesn't play, Saka first on your bench, Guardiola second, Saliba third, and I'd play Sells over Raya. Ooh, that was an easy call for me. That wasn't maybe because I've talked through so many of these, I made my mind up on a few. But yeah, I think that's good. Roll your transfer, mate. You're going to need them in 34. You're going to need them in 34. You can have a nice week next week, and then you're going to be in turmoil on my stream in 34, aren't you? Nah, going good, mate. Come on, let's get yourself up into that 100k. How far are you off 100k? Oh, you're 41 points off 200k. Maybe that's what we got to aim. Top 200k. 41 points. It's going to be tough with no chips, man. I think you're going to... Yeah. Stay in that top 500k. We've got to keep trying to just get green arrows, I think, K7, bro. It's going to be hard. But let's go. Orange Apple is the best week to triple captain if I bench boost next week. Yeah. So I think like the other options, triple captain is 36, but I'm just not convinced that there will be doubles in 36. Like those could easily just go in the midweek in 37. Do I think Elanga will start? My guess is no, but my guess is if he doesn't start, he just doesn't play. Just from Nuno's tone of voice in the press conference, he didn't sound very confident about Elanga or Wood. He sounded like he was saying it's a bit of a problem because we have our two strikers out, basically. Manish, morning, bro. How's it going? Yes, it's good. It's been a good start to the stream. I obviously started a little bit early, doing about 3.5 hours today. So, yeah, hopefully we got a bunch of you that are enjoying it. And if you are enjoying it and you're on the stream, remember, please like, please subscribe. At least, come on, give me a like. Give me a like. Give me a like. Only 15 likes so far. Come on, guys. There's been like 200 plus people on the stream. Quick like. It's not going to hurt your algorithm. Quick sub. It might hurt your algorithm, but it's worth it. Great content. All right. What we got here? Anyone else put their IDs in? No. Nice. Okay, cool. I can go through questions nicely. Michael, thoughts on Gordon to Savio Marino? I need a double game week player for 33 bench boost. Yeah, I'd probably go Marino. I quite like him as an option. I just don't know about the Arsenal rotation. I just don't know. But you don't know about City either. So I think Marino's almost better, in my opinion. Both tough to pick. Joker_1 this week, Hal, maybe next week, Glasner. Mate, can you put your team ID in the chat? It'd be great to see your team. 750 in the world. Just be awesome. We can support you on chat. Orange Apple, who would I start at? Gvardiol, Milenkovic or Saliba? It would be Milenkovic for me. That's who I'm starting. Paddy, thank you as ever. Bench boost 33 or 36, Kentaro? 33 for me. If you're set up for it, 33. Michael, yeah, answered that one. FPL confused, transfers confirmed. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Big time. Paddy, if I move to Glasner from Potter, I would have to take a -4 and move Munoz to Kiwior. Then in Game Week 33, Saka in for Palmer for 10 doubles. Is Richards a good replacement for Guay? Do that. Is Richards a good replacement for Guay? As in your team or like Palace? Palace, like Richards is really good. Like it's really good to have him back. Guay is obviously a miss, but normally like they'd have the back three as Richards, Guay and Lacroix. That's Palace's normal back three. So yeah, really good to have Richards back in there. 33 likes so far. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm just looking on a side screen. 33 likes. That's good, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep going. Who should I sell to get Glasner in, Sarr, Mateta or Munoz, Alex, and who should replace them? Munoz for me. I think you got multiple options. If you want to go for a double game weeker, You can go for a Kiwi or a Konsa. If you don't need a double game weeker or you're concerned about the rotations, then you can go for a Connor Bradley of Liverpool, or you go for a Nico Williams of Nottingham Forest. I like both. Martinez ahead of Raya. This week I would for Southampton. He might not imagine if they rotate Martinez. But yeah, I'd go that. Brentford are a better attacking team, I think, Manish. How do you find Team ID? Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Well, if you go to the main FPL website and you go to points, so you'd go to like the points screen, and then you look in the, you can't see it on my screen, but you look in the website address bar. You have to be on computer for it, and it will have like fantasy.premierleague.com/entry/your team ID, and it will probably be 6 or 7 digits. That's how you find it, mate. Happy for you to chuck it in stream. So this is my team currently. And probably like some of the discussions that you guys might be interested in is triple captaincy thoughts. And probably this one maybe talks to you on this stuff. I actually realized that ChatGPT was really great for like creating graphs and stuff. So I was just telling it to pull data together. Kentaro, I was waiting for you to put your ID in, mate. All right, we'll come back to this afterwards and we'll talk about Mateta v Isak. Let's just do Kentaro first. Do you know Kentaro? Actually, let me put your team up first. Yeah, I'll get to you, Arsenal. Not Arteta. Arsenal, not Arteta. Is it because you're not an Arteta fan? Is that why your name is like that? But like you're a big Arsenal fan, but you're just not a fan of Arteta? Cody only won on a red arrow. 15k to 30k though, man. That's still dope. That's still dope. I kind of want to just quickly go back and just check your team again. Was that the only red arrow this week? Man, you're doing great though, man. You're doing great. You're doing so great. You just got to keep going, man. Fuck, mate, stick to my channel, man. I'll help you get up there. This is sort of where I want to be. You're, at the moment, if we look for you, I probably won't be able to show it on the screen, but I'll tell you. You're 30 points off the top 10k. 30 points is with no chips, basically, except for AM. That is very catchable in the next couple of weeks. Very catchable. Yeah, I think Guay's a loss, but Richards is a big game, big gain. Sorry, Kentaro, bro. K7 aiming for top 2%. What's that? What if we captain Murphy this game week? We'll talk about a captaincy in a bit. I'll get to it. Kentaro, bro, you're not right. Your rank's not bad. You have to plan to TC 32 or 36 and bench boost 33 or 36. Your rank's good, man. 100k. 100k. You're doing good. Relax. Just got to keep going. Big Arsenal fan, but want him sacked if he doesn't win the Champions League. Fair enough. I just don't like him. I don't know if he's a bad manager. He pisses me off as a manager. Just the way he talks. Like, there's no excitement. Like, when he was doing his interview and they were talking to him about the Real Madrid win, and he was just like, yeah, it was good. And I was like, bro, as an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, yes, that was a sick result. Like, obviously keep your feet on the ground. There's another leg, but like, be like, yeah, that was a great result. Like, you know, it's good for the team, blah, blah, blah. He's just one. Anyway, hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, that's right. Last week, your rank was 10k. That's good. Can we still get there? I mean, to be honest, man, I would say this week, like, the ranks are like super close together at the top because just because of Salah this year. Because of Salah, everyone just captained Salah for so many weeks, so there was like not that many variances. It was kind of a little bit boring. But it just sort of shows, if you're in the top 100k, I would say you're a good manager. You're a very good manager. If you're in the top 100k this week, especially if you struggled at the beginning of the season and stuff, because it's only been small margins. It's been a lot of small margins this year because of the Salah captaincy. Normally you get a lot of swings because of captaincy. And then the swings there have been this year have been wild swings. So bit of luck, and I would say very good manager if you're in top 100k this year. So I think you're doing great, man. Anyway, let's talk about your team. So one set transfer saved. So you got 2 at the moment this week. So I think you roll. You play Gvardiol and roll. What's your plan going to be for 33? You're going to have 3 transfers. You're probably going to move Gabriel, Kirkes. Who else? Oh, Gabriel, Kirkes. Oh, so you can make a transfer this week if you want to. Cody, that's epic, bro. 30k? Epic. Join me next year. You'll beat them again. Brycey, my guy. What's up? Welcome from South Africa. I'm planning at some point to put some world clocks on the side of my screen so I know what time it is in all your different time zones. So I've got people from all over. It's awesome. Yeah, Arsenal, not Arteta. I'm doing you next, mate. No worries. And then Bryce. If you place your team ID twice, man, I might take the latest one and miss you. No, it's all right. I'm only joking. I just want to think about this for Kantaro because he's at a stage where it's quite important now to plan correctly. My goat, Finners, is here. My goat, Finners, you're finally here. What's up, bro? Where you been? I need to see your team in a bit. Who do I support? Well, I'm currently wearing a Palace shirt, but I'm actually a Liverpool fan. Palace were my local team when I was living in England. I've probably been to way more Palace games because my brother's now a Palace fan, but he used to be a United fan. So I supported their rivals just to piss him off when I was like 4 years old. Never stopped. Please do subscribe, members. I'll set up membership. I will set up membership. It's just been hectic, man. When you're working full time and you're like trying to also prepare all this content, get videos out in the week, it's really hard. But I've made some small steps towards doing membership. I've sort of started setting up stuff now. I'm almost there. And then I want to obviously make sure that I give you guys good stuff if I do that. I don't want to let you down. I'll be a member, mate. Ledgers Finners. Yeah, I've had a few people. Niels as well. Kentaro. Appreciate that, guys. Cody, I'm in Oz enjoying the early deadline. Me too, bro. I've streamed sometimes like 4 a.m. It's awful. Yeah, Kentaro, let's talk, bro. Let's talk. Because I think my thoughts are here is you can almost make a transfer this week, and if it goes wrong, you've got an extra one. You've got an extra one. Because you're going to have 12 doublers for sure. Who are your non-doublers in 33? Why can I just not see any of them? Kirkes, Salah. Am I blind? Where's the other one? Oh, Newcastle boys, isn't it? Newcastle boys. I see you live stream very fast every time. Yeah, mate. I fly through the comments, man. Yeah, at some point when I get too many, I'll have to turn on subscribers only. But I want to try and get to everybody's. So just subscribe anyway, just for good banter for me. Like the video, subscribe. Please help me out. Help me out. It's only a small thing, but it helps my channel massively. Yeah, what do you think? Because I think you could make the transfer. You could make a transfer this week, maybe like Kirkes out. Or Gabriel. You just move Gabriel now. What's my occupation? I work for a bank. I work in finance. Well, sort of. Yeah. I work in finance for a bank, in like planning and forecasting team in our group finance. So I should be able to plan FPL very well. And now I'm an international cricketer. I'm now a national team cricketer. We'll be international in August, as Paddy was saying on stream earlier. Yeah, Finners, you missed that bit, mate. Some great... Finners, I want to message you, man, about France. I'm gonna ping me on Insta. Well, let's talk. I couldn't talk on the last stream because my parents were upstairs watching. But it's rough, man. Being away from your fam's hard. It's not easy. Gabriel Saliba already make money. Already made? If you've done that already, then I think you're good, man. I think you're good. I think TC this week on Isak is important. Then bench boost next week. You'll have 2 transfers. You probably move Murphy for Rodgers. And then you move either Isak for Watkins or Livra for Konsa. I think I'm at FPL _ the English Aussie. It's just like just look for FPL the English Aussie on. It's in socials on the top on the screen, somewhere up here. It'll come up after the. There you go. FPL _ the English Aussie. 4:15 a.m. for me right now. Arsenal, not Arteta. All right, mate. Let me jump over to your team then quickly, and then we get Brycey. Bryce, what's the time over there, mate? Is it better time today? Yeah, Kentaro, and then I'd bench boost in 33 for sure with that team. And then free hit 34. Graham, so change Hal for Glasner. You seem somewhat hesitant. What's the worst that can happen? I would go to Glasner, yeah. I just thought that you went Hal because you were really, you wanted to go Hal both weeks. Graham, remind me your team ID again, mate. Let me just, so I had a few and I just sort of forgot. Wow. Arsenal, not Arteta. You're gunning, bro. This is epic. You've used your TC, but that's okay. You're doing good. You're doing great, man. You're doing amazing. Top class. 10:16 a.m. Oh, okay. That's nice, Brycey. I don't have to rush into you. I normally have to rush into your team. Mate, this is epic, bro. You've had such a great season. And you started well as well. You must have been captaining Salah. Petered out lately. All right, so what are we talking? Glory Hunter, probably what people say to you. Yeah, they don't know how to live through Man United dominating Liverpool for years. Would I bench boost? Thomas Baker, no, I just wouldn't bench boost. Lucas Chambers, hey mate, just sub. Thanks so much, bro. Well, who would you bench between Saka or Rodgers and Guardiola and Saliba? I'd bench Saliba and I'd bench Saka. Finish, you're going to start a YouTube channel too, man. Man, I've already subbed to you, I think. I'm already subbed to you. But yeah, let me know what the team name is. What the name is. Would you bench boost with Conser, Verbruggen, Foden and Kirill? I will literally watch all your videos, like them all and comment on all of them. Don't worry. I might even watch them on my burner account. Would you bench? Yeah, I wouldn't bench boost this week. Where can you go to watch live Premier League in Melbourne if it's not 2 a.m, even if it's at 2 a.m? I'm in Sydney, so I don't know about the 2 a.m. ones. Someone asked me this. I'll comment on my video. I'll find out for you and I'll send you. There are a few places. I got a few mates out in Melbourne, so I'll ask them as well. But I did look this up before for somebody else that asked me. But Sydney is Cheers Bar, man. Cheers Bar is always serious stuff. Bench Mamouche for Bruno. Oof, differential. I wouldn't. Karras era and sell Guardiola for Bradley. Again, I wouldn't because City double next week. I'm tripled on Palace. Logically doesn't make sense to have him with a triple Palace and Bradley plays in 34, saving free hit. When are you going to free hit then? Nah. I need your team ID, I think, Karras era. I think it's too hard to know what your plans are. It's a bit difficult, but I'd be happy to help. I just want to look at your team in a bit more detail. Arsenal, Arteta. Anyway, let's look at your team, bro. Henderson, Livra, Guardiola, Ait Nouri's fine to play here, mate. Ain't Nuri Milenkovic, Livra. Oh, the midfield is a problem. Eze, Salah, Ilanga. Yeah, I think you got to make moves in the midfield. I'd possibly go into Mikel Merino. Yeah, Paddy, do it, man. Come on, do it. So much more fun. Even if it doesn't work out, like, it's just like, come on. Potential for 40 points. Oh, you transferred in Mateta and Murphy. Hasn't updated on that. Yeah, it won't say what you've done this week. Mateta for Evan Nilsson, Murphy for... Oh, yeah, that's who it was missing. Murphy for who? For Kluivert? Or Elanga? Or Bowen? Okay, so that's cool. So 3 up top. So then you got Murphy, Salah, Eze, +1. For Kluivert? For Kluivert, nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so Murphy, Salah, Eze. I'd just put Kluivert in. Why'd you have Bowen? Do you have him for Southampton in 33? You want a bench boost in 33 with Bowen? What about 33 for Elanga v Tottenham? Yeah, so maybe you save that transfer to potentially move Elanga in 33 if you need to. Just have him in for now. So yeah, I think bench Guardiola, bench Gabriel. Do you have 2 transfers then for next week? You can go Gabriel to Saliba and Elanga to maybe like Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino maybe. I think that's what I'd look to do. And then this week, Livra, Aït-Nouri, Milenkovic, Guardiola, Gabriel and Bowen on the bench. Probably Guardiola, Bowen, Guardiola first on bench, Guardiola first on bench, Bowen second, Gabriel third on bench for me. And enjoy your sleep, mate. Enjoy your sleep. We also got to look out for some Man City late team news this week. Guardiola and Marmoush will start, I'm sure, now. If they don't, that's crazy. Thomas Baker, yeah, mate, I can do next. Let me just answer these questions. I don't want to miss any while I'm doing these. Yeah, Graham. Finners, yeah. Brian, bro, need help. Would you transfer in Milenkovic for Gabriel, then start Milenkovic for Saka? If you need to. Oh, bear in mind you're bench boosting next week. Should I roll and chance Saka? Yeah, I think so, man. What's your bench? What's your bench if you roll and chance Saka? I think so. Bradley, Gvardiol or Saliba? To start this week, Bradley against West Ham. They suck. Paddy, do that, mate. Go for the upside. It's worth it. Sell Gordon to Murphy or play Marino and Foden. Sell Gordon to Murphy. Fundles. Hey, man. Good to see you back. Yeah, sell Gordon to Murphy. Buy Bruno for game week 34. Cheyenne. I assume you don't have a free hit. I mean, if you buy Bruno for game week 33, it's Wolves. If you're going to buy him. Back to sleep, Paddy. Legend, mate. A DM you, my mate, Julian, social regarding Maltese cricket contact. Yeah, legend. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. We are trying to organise a series against the Malta cricket team. So if any of you know any contacts in Malta that I can contact to organise a international cricket series versus Cyprus, let me know. The coach and president are trying to sort it out. Suks. I've done Gabriel to Saliba and starting him with the bench. Raya, Saka, Kirkes, Kluivert. I'd have Kluivert ahead of Kirkes on that bench, Suks. Starting Saliba. Alright, fair enough. Did I answer KK Gaming? I don't know. Who said that? Where are you, KK Gaming? Post your question again, man. I'm blind. I'm blind. MMA Shorts, my guy. Man, I missed it. How are you, bro? Good to see you. Jeez, wow. I didn't miss your first comment in the chat. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just really quickly wanted to look at Graham's team, guys, and then just to confirm what we said before, and then I'll Thomas Baker, then Finnis. Man. Yeah, I think start Elanga, yeah. Might not play, but Graham, oh yeah, we were talking Munoz out, Howe to Glasner. Mate, honestly, like you're one of the only people that I would say you don't have to move Howe to Glasner. You could leave Howe. I know I'm flip-flapping, but I would always go Glasner just because 40 points is such a big upside. But Howe, like you've also I think this is what you got to consider, right? Basically, if Palace get a result against Newcastle, Glasner and Howe, Howe's not going to beat Glasner. They might get the same amount of points, but it's very unlikely that he beats him for points because Glasner's going to get an extra 6 points bonus for a draw. And if Palace beat Newcastle, then Glasner's beating Howe. So really, Howe might get 3, 4, 5 more points. If Newcastle beat Palace, then that is where he could get maybe 16 more points if Palace, have a crap week. But then if Palace beat Newcastle and City, Palace could get 40 points. So it's more like, do you want to chase that upside or not? I think if you want to chase the upside, you go Munoz out, you bring in Glasner, and you take the -4. But I think the -4 for me with Howe, I think it's just not worth it for you. I think that's it. I think that's my call with your specific team. It's probably the 1% of teams that I would say don't do it. But the fact you've already got Howe and you'd have to take a -4, I wouldn't go for it. But everybody else, Glasner for the upside. I would take a -4 as well for Glasner generally, but just not for Eddie Howe. Change to Glasner. Think you're good. That's my final call on that. All right, Thomas, you still here, mate? Sorry for keeping you hanging. Oh, was it Bryce next or Thomas? Bryce. Sorry, Brycey. Brycey, I'm always chatting to you and I just forget to get your team up. All right, how are we looking, mate? What are your thoughts this week, Bryce? What are you? You got any plans? Am I a batsman or a bowler? I would say I'm more of a bowler, but Cyprus batted me at 4 in the friendly games. I got 49 off 51, won us the game, 99 run partnership with my brother, representing the national team together. It's pretty awesome. We were chasing 120 off the 20 overs. We knocked it off with 4 balls to spare. I got out with 2 to win off 5 balls for 49 as well. But I bowled my 4 overs 2 for 20. So, yeah, I would definitely say I'm an off-spin bowler, but I'm more of a bowler. But if anyone from Cyprus is watching this, I'm an all-rounder, bat up the order. No, hopefully I did well enough to get myself up the order. I normally bat maybe number 5. All right, Brycey. I think Nico versus Guardiola for benching is the decision. I'd probably go Nico. I'd play Nico, bench Guardiola. Salah, Murphy, the midfield. Salah, Murphy, Eze, Saka, bench Rashford. He's not going to start. Mateta, Isak, Marmoush, Digne on the bench. Luka Dean. Oh, I'd probably play Luka Dean. I'll bench Nico and Guardiola. So my bench for you would be Nico Williams first on the bench, Rashford second on the bench, Guardiola third on the bench. Maybe even Guardiola over Rashford. Triple captain Isak. Roll transfer. You're on wildcard. Oh, you were on wildcard last week. How many transfers do you have, by the way, saved on the wild? Because it doesn't tell me what you have saved. Does it? Maybe it will. Hang on. You rolled 30 and 31, so you have 2 saved. So you'll have 3 transfers for next week. You have 3 transfers, so then you go Murphy out for Rodgers, probably. Livra out for Saliba. Isak for Watkins, maybe. And bench boost in 33. That's probably where you go. Yeah, looks good, Brycey. Good stuff, bro. Hope that was helpful. Sorry. What did you say? No, that was someone else. Bernie 19-1 on wildcard. Guardiola. I will get through all the other comments before this. Sorry, I just saw this. Guardiola, Saliba, Rodgers, bench order, and play Rare or Martinez. I'd play Martinez. Bench order would be Rodgers, Guardiola, Saliba. 2 free transfers. Yeah, but I think you'll have 3 next week, no? You'll have 3 next week. But I think that's what I'd do, Bryce. I'd bench Nico first on bench. Then probably... Then Rashford or Guardiola. Maybe Rashford. Just a gamble. Guardiola third. Okay. Brian, man, please just give me your team ID. Please. It's so hard. Defense is currently Munoz, Burn, Guardiola. Yeah, nice. Bringing in Milankovic, who's been playing a back 4 ahead of Saka. Not sure I need to do this. I can see how things play out. I don't think you need to do that either. Savinho or Saka then, if rolling transfer, I'd start Savinho. Saka on bench. Lunchtime kickoff 2. I think you can go Saka. It's just, I think more upside for Saka, but I think probably more risk. Suks, yeah. Just give me a sec, bro. Give me a sec. I just want to get through these next 2 teams, and then I'll pull your team up. Just remind me in a sec, because I know Finners is in here, and I've got to get to him. I think like the first ever bloke probably on my stream. Thomas. Sorry, Thomas, for the delay. Man, the stream's been good. Really good this week, guys. Really good. It's almost getting to the stage where I have to make it subscribers only. Yeah, I wonder how many views. Guys, if you're in, please just remember, subscribe to the channel. Get that like counter up. I don't know how many we got at the moment, but we got plenty in the stream. So if all of you like right now, we're going to be flying up. We're going to be flying up. And if all of you subscribe right now, I know most of you are already there. TB, 50k, mate. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Another green arrow in the chat. I've just had everybody in my chat today is literally green arrows, except for Cody. Sorry, Cody. Yeah, TC Isak this week. Just run through these questions quickly. Lee Fisher, what time is it for me? It's 6:30 p.m. Great time for Aussies. Thor, should I triple captain Isak? No, I think this is the best time. You can wait till game week 36, but it's not certain. I think that those doubles could go into 37 as a single game week. Will Madrid turn it around? Yes. You heard it here first. Do I start Rodgers or Mbumo? Rodgers, WF, Alex, Kiwi or Saliba? Depends if you need the money. If you don't need the money, Saliba. If you do need the money, Kiwi or Graham have 1 free transfer. I think just keep Howe, mate. I think keep Howe. Hi, mate. Edwin had a stormer a week. What's up, bro? Finally, good stuff. FPL confused. Bradley or Guardiola to start? Bradley, mate. Alex, start Kirkus or Guardiola if I have the Palace attack plus Glasner. Yeah, go for it. Start Kirkus. Why not? Bryce, triple captain Isak this week. Yeah. Bernie, I answered you. Manish, I'll have 3 free transfers for next week, but the Gabriel injury means I have to make another transfer to have 12 doublers. Do you think it's worth it for the -4? No, just have 11 doublers is fine. Just make sure one of them is your goalie. Brian, Savinho or Saka for rolling. Yeah, I answered that, didn't I? Play Saka or Rashford this week? Saka. Rashford's definitely not going to start, man. I'll say that. I'm very confident in that. I'm very confident in that. I am very confident. If I'm wrong, I apologise, but I am confident in that. I don't like to sit on the fence. I always like to give you guys my opinions. I think Saka's got a chance as well. Boss Arhill, hey bro, good to see you, man. Play Rodgers or play Saka or play Guardiola? I'd play Rodgers, then Saka, then Guardiola. Rafa's Reds, my guy, with the long comment earlier that we had a really good chat about, actually. Didn't realise I was in Oz. So you're stuck on a last-minute decision to captain Mateta or not. Changed yesterday from Isak. I think Isak's the way to go, mate. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, but I do have a little comparison for you. Maybe you can pause the screen and have a look at it, and if you're in a rush. But yeah, I do have a sort of a chat. I will try and hopefully get to that after I've done everybody's teams. Thomas, you still here, mate? If you are, I'd go Munoz, Konsa, Milenkovic, bench Guardiola, Gabriel, and Saka. And we'll wait for late team news on Foden. We might get some late team news on them. And then I think going forwards, probably bench boost next week with that team. You got 1 safe transfer, roll your transfer this week. You have 2 next week. I'd probably use one on Verbruggen to Martinez. I'd use the other one on Gabriel to Kiwior. And then you're solid, mate. You're looking great for a bench boost in 33. Gangsters Allardyce. I know this team name. Unless you have a similar one to some other people. Weren't you like 2nd or 3rd in the world one year? Or like you were around there for a while? You might have been last year, 15k. Good stuff, bro. You're always strong. All right, Finners, my goat. Oh, man. I should know your team ID off by heart now. 1, 2, 1, 300. Yeah, you even come up on my suggested team IDs. United will rotate heavily this week. Yes, that is what I think as well. That is one of the reasons that I'm on Isak and will be one of my comments when we talk about it. I think they may even rotate Bruno. Should I mention Semenyo or Evan Nilsson? Semenyo, he sucks, bro. Divium Jane, he literally can't finish to save his life. Why? If you had been a long-term member of my stream, I would have told you so many times never to buy Semenyo. He sucks. Anyway, I hope he does well for you. I reckon Bayendir starts as goalie for United. Yeah, Tiger, what's up, bro? Great to see you. All right, Finners, come on. Green arrow. That's it. That's what I wanted to see. I was hoping you were a green arrow. Because you missed my stream somewhere, didn't you? Where did you miss my stream? You missed one of them, but you're on AM and you went for Glasner. Interesting. At least you've got him in now. Mate, how did you get a red arrow in 30 with this team? You must have made the wrong benchings, eh? Can I look? No, I can't look. Never mind. Gibbs White to Sarr for a hit. Sports Express. That's a really interesting one. For a hit. Yeah, do it. Do it. All right. Right, Munoz burnt. Kirkus. Oh, you went Kirkus, eh? Gabriel injury is pain for you. Munoz burned Milenkovic this week. Murphy. Oh, you wanted to go differential with Fernandez, eh? You got to get rid of Clivert, man. I think you got to get rid of Clivert. Gotta get rid of Kluivert. Who do we go? Who are we missing in this team? You're missing. It's a bit of a shame you don't have Sarr and you've got Munoz. Would have been nice to have Sarr over Kluivert. Munoz was obviously good for last week, but now it doesn't feel so great. Maybe that was my mistake. I might have suggested that for you. Kluivert to like Mikel Merino. What do you think? It's not a nice game week though. What about Kluivert to Diego Jota? Sack the doubles. And we just go Liverpool got West Ham and Leicester. What about that? And then you just play Murphy, Fernandes, Salah, Jota, Isak, Mamouche, Mateta. Thanks, Thomas. Hope that was helpful, man. Give us a sub and a like if you enjoyed. As for everyone else, same. Let me know if you got any further questions as well, bro. Is that what you think, Finners? Maybe a Kluivert to Jota? I just concerned of Savinho. But you could roll. You could roll, just play Savinho. Edwin, that's epic, bro. I'm sure I'll be pulling you up soon. Did you give us your team ID? No. Give it to us, man. We'll pull you up and you'll flex on screen. Divium Jane, best game week to bench boost 33 or 36. I think 33. I think if you're set up for it, 33 is good. Otherwise, you just have to work through so many weeks with a good bench. Whereas after 34, you want to just be subbing for the best players and just not worrying about issues in your team. Tiger, yeah, we'll come to you, mate. I think you're probably next. I don't think I've got any other team IDs. Yeah, I think you're next, Tiger. This week, going to Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game. Amazing. You're in the UK. Dope. Is that a... whatever Arsenal's new stadium's called, not Highbury anymore. Bench boost 33, Salah, Bradley, Isak. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'd maybe transfer Isak for Watkins. Will Kusanov start? It's an interesting one. I actually think he might not start. I hope Prashant. I think we might get late team news on City. I think he might start Nico Riley at fullback and Guardiola at centre back again. Hopefully a semi-final against PSG. Whoa, be mad if you get to see that. That'd be mad if you get to see that. You played your AM chip and did a minus, bringing in Mateta for Wood. Nice. Finners, mate. What are you saying? What are you saying? Would you rather roll the transfer this week, and then next week you've probably got the option to go like Kluivert to Merino for a double game weeker, and then you'll also have 2 transfers next week. So then you can go Gabriel to Kiwi or Saliba, and then just bench boost, or you take the transfer this week, you go Kluivert to Diego Jota. Next week, you go Gabriel to Kiwior or Saliba, and then you just bench boost with Jota instead of like a Merino double for Ipswich and Palace. You bench boost with Jota v Leicester. Both sound nice to me. I think it's your pick on that one. I think those are your 2 options. You either role play Savinho or you bring in Jota this week and you get him against West Ham. Either way, bench would be Kirkes. Well, it would be Kluivert or Savinho, depending on what your move is. Then Kirkes and Gabriel. And you've used your TC. So yeah, Glasner AM. Surely Green Arrow, Glasner AM this week, mate. Surely anyone on a Glasner AM or a Howe AM is a Green Arrow this week. At the Emirates, yeah, Emirates, that's it. Just mind blanked at what the new stadium is called for some reason. I don't think I've ever been Emirates. I've been to quite a lot of stadiums, but I don't think I've ever been to the Emirates. I went to Highbury. Did White Hart Lane. Don't think I ever did Emirates. Might have to come back and go with you, mate, if you're ever there. All right. What about Rodgers? Rodgers this week? Yeah, just for me, not for this week, because I'm just concerned about him not playing. Just concerned about them rotating for that PSG game, Finners. AM Howe or TC Isak, what's better? I mean, definitely not AM Howe. If you have a choice, I would AM Glasner. But I wouldn't be playing AM now if you... Well, I mean, do you have a free hit? It just depends on your team, really, Hardik. If you don't have a free hit and you're going through 34 normally, then yeah, you can play AM, but play it on Glasner. Definitely on Glasner over Howe. But yeah, I'd probably triple captain Isak this week. Yeah, otherwise you have to AM 36 to 38. Let's get through questions. Jad, hi mate. I still have bench boost triple captain AM free hit. Any help with the best chip strategy? Triple captain this week. Bench boost next week. Free hit in 34. AM 36 to 38. And 35 you're chilling. That is for sure the best chip strategy. For sure. 100%. 100%. Esh, do I bench boost this week with Saliba, Reyes, Savinho, Guardiola? No. Next week. Next week, just sub Dina if you... I think Dina's fine. Dina's going to play this week. Dina's probably going to play next week. Why would he not? Maatsen started, didn't he? Oh, did Dina start? He started. Oh, they started Dean. Sorry, my bad. Oh yeah, so Maatsen probably plays this week. Dina plays his PSG. Maatsen probably starts 33. Yeah, maybe you just sub Dina. Just sub Dina in 33. I'd bench boost next week for sure. For sure in 33. No worries, Jad. Hope that's helpful. Give us a subscribe. Like the vid if that was helpful. Would I play 4 at the back this week or start a Saka / Kluivert? I'd start Saka / Kluivert. Suks, can you put your team ID down again? Sorry, man. I know I said I would get to your team again. Let me just do Tiger and I'll come to you, Suks. Finners, what's your decision, man? Tell me. Rodgers, Jota. You can cancel your AM chip if you haven't selected the manager yet, I think. Try it. I think Tiger. Let's look at your team. How would you go in 34? You'd have 1, 2, Palace, Arsenal, City, Villa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys blanking. Yeah, you're going to struggle in 34. So I think you can't use your AM this week. I know it's a really nice week to AM. Can't use it. You have to AM 36 to 38. You selected the manager. Oh, shit. Try clicking cancel on it. Try clicking cancel on it. It should have an option at the top. Let me know, because that definitely changes what we're doing. Because game week 34 for you is going to be rough, Tiger, mate. No free hit to play either. But the good thing is you can probably free hit in 36. You're just going to have a red arrow in 34. You're just going to have a red arrow in 34. You got to go for a mad differential AM pick. In the meantime, I'll just double check Suku's team. and then just come back to me on your on what you did. Yeah, I've got Edwin and then you, Ash. No worries. Bench Boost 33, Bradley, Salah, Isak. Yeah, cool. I answered everyone points, right? Edwin also great job on the 82 points and 1.1 mil to 600k. All right, Suks. What did we do? We went Saliba for Gabriel, right? And then Livra, Munoz. Why do we do that? Oh yeah, I know why we did that. Okay, all right, I understand where we were. Sorry, I'm just trying to work out what we were doing. So then next week you'll have. So you had 2 free transfers this week. Next week you'll have still 2 free transfers. You'll be able to move Clivert, and you'll probably move Kirkes or Murphy. We had to do Gabriel Saliba. So then, yeah, Munoz, Livra, Saliba. Saliba or Guardiola? Much love, FPL Confused, legend, and you, Graham. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully see you guys. Have a great game week. Hopefully see you guys in the week. Can't cancel it, damn. Yeah, I think once you select the manager, you can't cancel. Yeah, Suks, I think your bench then... You play Salah, Savinho, Murphy... and one of Saka or Clivert. I think you bench Kirkes, and he's third on your bench. And then you pick between Saka, Savinho, Clivert, and you pick between Gvardiol and Saliba. And I think of those, Saka's on pens as well. I think of those, I'd bench Saka and Saliba. But I'll tell you why I'm saying that. I think Savinho is probably like my reasoning behind that is I think if it was just a Saka versus Savinho choice, you could maybe take the punt on Saka, but I feel like Clivert's taking a punt. So Savinho is sort of a little bit of a half safer option. I feel like he either starts and plays or doesn't play, like last week. Yeah, I think Tiger definitely Glasner. Yeah, so I think I'd bench Saka and Saliba. Suks. Am I a Palace fan? I'm not a Palace fan. I am wearing a Palace shirt. I'm a Liverpool fan, but Palace were my local team when I lived in the UK, and my brother now supports them after used to support Man United, which is why I support Liverpool, because I just wanted to piss him off when I was a kid. Then I went through years of Liverpool getting banged up by United, and now I get called a glorious supporter. I was like, mate, we never used to win anything. What are you talking about? Would I not bench both Clivert and Saka? I'd play Clivert because I think he can start. I think he's got a chance of starting. When I listened to Iraola's press conference, he said that Clivert, Tavernier and Sinistera all had knocks. But of the three, Sinisterra was the furthest away, which sounded like Clivert and Tavernier are pretty close. And Bournemouth have been going through a bad run. My brother switched. So as soon as Liverpool started banging United, he switched to Palace. And now Palace are our bogey teams. Annoying. So sorry. I got distracted. Yeah, so it sounded like to me that Clivert and Tavernier are more likely. And also Bournemouth have been on a bad run lately, so they kind of need him. So I think he might start. I think he might. That's just my thoughts. It's just like, it's a bit risky. Obviously, it's safe to play Guardiola and Saliba. But, I mean, Arsenal versus Brentford, like Brentford are a good attacking side. Arsenal might rotate a little bit. They don't care about the league as much. They're pretty much locked in second. Sort of. Not really, but sort of. So, yeah, that's my thoughts, mate. All right, let me get to the next person. Hopefully that solves your questions. Back to Tiger, sorry. Yeah, so Tiger, what bench order do I think it should be? Good question. Kirk is third on the bench. Saka first on the bench. Saliba second on the bench. So Saka, Saliba, Kirkus. But Suks, honestly, if you feel super strongly about anybody, like these are all me just trying to play the odds a little bit. I don't think I feel super strongly on anyone how to have a great week. So if you feel really strong about someone or you've seen something, then I would back them. Yeah, my brother's poor form from him switching to Palace. All right, Tiger, look, mate, I think so. You've brought in Mateta for Wood as well. So this week, Livra, Munoz, and you're not going to do. Luka Dean's not going to play. So you go Martinez in goal, Livra, Munoz, and either Ait-Nouri or Milenkovic, I think are fine. I'd probably go Milenkovic. Then in midfield, Murphy, Salah, Saka, Ilanga. I'd bench Rashford for sure. And then up front, Mamouche, Isak, Mateta with Glasner as your AM. And your bench order would be Ait-Nouri, Rashford, Digne. Is there a chance that Luka comes? Rashford and Dean interchangeable, I think. If you think there's a chance that Luka Dean starts, then maybe you put him at the top. What's up, Morrow? Thanks for joining, mate. Okay, sorry. Edvin, and then Esh for teams. Edvin and then Esh. Look at this guy. Also, 2,586th in the world for last week, mate. That was incredible. Incredible result. What about next week, AM? Let's get there when we get there, Tiger, mate. I'd probably go Palace again. Or I'd go Arteta. Let's see where the sides end up in the table. But Glasner for sure this week. Biggest upside. Edwin, now, yeah, you went Thomas Frank as well. You backed me. Got you 10 points. I know Potter got 10 as well, but still. I remember watching that game being like, yeah, the boys backed me and he came in for us. Super lucky with Savinho not starting. Yeah, he shambled me, actually. I needed Guardiola to come in. Man, really nice game week, mate. Really nice. Fantastic work. So now we're looking at... Also, Finners, didn't you say... Finners, are you still here? You had a question about 91 points. You're chasing 89 points. Let me know if you're still here. Yo, CR7LM10, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Juntao, 2 decisions. 1, start Guardiola or Konsa. 2, start Saka or Rogers. Done. Would I sell Palmer to Murphy? Yeah, I would. Basically, I have to start 2 of Savio, Saka and Rogers. Well, I'd definitely start Rogers. And then, if I'm choosing between the 2, I'll probably start Savinho. Saka's more upside though. There is a chance he starts. We'll see if we can get some late team news on City. I'm gonna change it to subscribers only for the last 15 minutes so that I can be scrolling for team news this week. Yeah, he could be benched, but I think if he benches, he doesn't come on. What's the point in bringing Rodgers on against Southampton? They're probably going to be beating them, right? They're probably going to be beating them. Luca, where are you, man? Where are you? I see you Twitter DMing me. Moro, Luca Dean, Saka, Timber and Elanga are any not going to play? I'd guess that Luca Dean doesn't play because he started midweek against PSG. I think they play Maatsen. Elanga, I'm probably going to guess doesn't, but that's sort of unknown. That's an unknown. Thanks, Suks. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I would say Timber and Saka. Again, Saka 50-50. I'd say the one that I'm more confident not playing more is Luca Dean. Probably doesn't play. I would say Elanga's probably 60-40 doesn't play. Maybe 70-30 doesn't play. 60-40. Timber, I think, plays. I think, unless Arteta goes mad on rotation. I think Arsenal, we just don't know. We don't know what Arteta's going to do. Would I triple captain Isak this week? Yeah, I am triple captaining Isak in my team. Who is next? Someone. Esh. Hope you're enjoying the stream, guys. If you're still watching, please remember to give us a sub, like the video. It really helps. We're just a small channel trying to grow, and it really makes a big difference. So I'd really appreciate it if you can give us a like, give us a subscribe, and push these videos out. Odds Rashford starts very low. I think it's Asensio, Watkins, Mallon start for Villa. Who was going to bench boost, but I'm not anymore because of rotation. Definitely don't bench boost this week, Mario. Far too much rotation risk. I've been saying to a lot of people, definitely don't bench boost. It's not worth it. We made it to 50 likes, so very good, guys. Keep it up. Thank you. Appreciate you. Not sure when to use it. 33, man. What's your team ID, Mario? Chuck it in the chat. All right, Ash, what are we saying? Burn Munoz. What were we talking about, mate? What did we want to discuss? Do you bench boost this week? No, definitely not. Luca Dean's not gonna start. Can't bench boost this week. What else were we talking about for you? Was it just benchings? Just benchings, probably. Press the like button. Legend. Thanks, Tiger. So Burn Munoz, Guardiola probably I would start. Martinez in goal over Raya. Salah, Sarr, Palmer, Murphy. Love that you have a nice easy midfield. Isak, Mateta, Mamouche. Bench Savinho first on the bench. Yeah, that exact team with Martinez in goal instead of Raya is how I'd go, mate. It's pretty much the same as my team, actually. I think it is, except for Luca and Saliba. And then bench boost in 33 for sure, man. Move in 33, your transfers. So roll transfer this week. And then next week, you just go Palmer to Saka or Marino or Rodgers. and you go Luca Dean to Konsa if you need to, or if you think Luca Dean's going to start, then you go like Jacob Murphy to Rodgers. Triple captain Mateta? I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. I think Isak's the better shout. I think United are quite likely to rotate heavily, given they have their Conference League second leg, and they were 2-2 with Lyon. All the best, Brycey, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Shout out to Josiah as well. Get him on stream at some point, mate. Also, like, I've got a little comparison on Isak Mateta as well, and sort of shots over the last 10 matches, expected goals, and I'm not big on stats, but I think it's useful. Isak, it is sub-earned. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, mate. I was going to go through this in a little bit more detail, but I've just been answering everyone's questions for a while. Conference League, it's Europa League, mate. No, it's just Conference League. Sorry, Europa League. Forget United are actually all right. Sorry, bro. Yeah, Lyon wouldn't be in the Conference League. Play Raya or Martinez this week, Bryce? Martinez for me, mate. Yeah, think so. I think Brentford's a tougher game. Captain Murphy is a differential. I don't think so, man. I think when I watched Newcastle play United the other way around, I just thought that although Man United, they sort of play 5 at the back, right? With high wing backs, but the way they played against Liverpool made me think that from those wide areas, it's a little bit harder to affect it. I would say that it's Isak's good movement in the box, that's going to be the difference. And then versus Crystal Palace, yeah, I think Murphy's probably got a little bit more chance there. I think Palace maybe sometimes get a bit exposed with how high Mitchell and Munoz get sometimes. Look, if you want to go differential, you can. I think you can go Murphy. I mean, if you really want to go differential, you go Salah in a single game week against Leicester, or you hold it till 36. But I think 36, the likely that those doubles will probably end up just being a single in 37. Star, hey mate, sells or Raya? Sells for me. Everton, not a great offensive side. Brentford are. And Nottingham Forest, great defence, playing for something, playing for a lot. Arsenal might rotate. Cool. So I think finally I sort of got to a stage where I can start talking through some other stuff. Dorgu being a bit shaky on the left. Yeah, so that's true. I think Dina is starting or playing Saliba. I don't think Luca Dean will start. I think Maatsen will start because Luca Dean played midweek against PSG. Got to try catch up my dad who's 70 points above me. Is it possible? Have you still got your AM? What chips do you have? Because it's going to be chip based, really. And if you're doing something like that, then maybe it's worth like playing a differential triple captain. I mean, you could even go on Mateta. I think Mateta is the second best option. Yeah, so I guess I've talked about that Isak versus Mateta swing. I think obviously the two things are really like, as a Man United fan, I hope Onana starts my triple captain. Isak goes crazy. Yeah. I think look, the reasoning behind my decision, and I did think about it a lot this week, to be honest, because I started with Isak, I went to Mateta, and then I ended up back on Isak. And I was also someone who I thought, like, I didn't want to say, like, follow a crowd this week, because I'm also trying to gain rank as well. I'm 50k in the world, but, like, you always want to make picks that, you know, maybe other people have not seen or not thought of. And then I was thinking also, like, I like to come into the live streams and give you the advice for your own teams, like, not necessarily just what I've done. But then after thinking about it, I really came to the realization that I thought Isak was the best option. for me and for others on TC. And the only exception to that is if you've got someone like, maybe you're in a mini league and the guy's going to be captaining Isak and you're trying to catch him, like one specific person, rather than you're trying to gain rank over multiple people. I think in your mini leagues, if that's what you're aiming for and you're trying to win that, then yeah, you want to go for someone different than the people above you in your mini league's gone for. And I think I'd probably go for Mateta if that was the case. So yeah, but otherwise, Isak for me, I think, except that he's probably going to have 70 minutes in both matches, roughly 70, 80 minutes. My thoughts are that if he gets taken off after 70 minutes, it probably means that Newcastle are winning the game. And if Newcastle are winning the game, it's likely that he's involved in the goals. I know he wasn't against Leicester, but most of the time, Isak is involved in Newcastle goals. Boss, Arhill, I don't think Dini's going to start. I think Matson's going to start. So I think against United, 70 minutes, say they're 2-1, 3-1 up. Hopefully he's got a return. That would be great. Then Palace, hopefully he continues to stay fit, starts again, maybe even gets 90. You don't know. So I think those are my, I think Isak for Newcastle, 2 really nice games as well. He's involved in all of their play. And the games against United are going to be rotating for their Lyon Europa League match. And I think they might rotate quite heavily. Palace, there is also a chance that Palace could rotate in that middle fixture because they do have the FA Cup semi-finals in 34. So Newcastle might end up against 2 rotating teams. And for Newcastle, they're not in anything else. They don't need to rotate their team. They want their full strength team. They're trying to push for Champions League. If Isak can play, they're going to want him in that team. So I think if he can play, he's going to be in the team. I think you got to accept that it's going to be 70 minutes. But I think if Newcastle are not winning the game, they're not going to take him off. From the comments, and you can't trust anything Eddie Howe says, but Tyndall said he's feeling fine. So that to me is quite promising. Mateta, on the other hand, I think is in fantastic form. Just honestly, the goal he scored was sensational last week. And then the goal he almost scored against Southampton was, oh my God, he smoked that one. And honestly, if he'd have scored early against Southampton, Palace probably would have won 3-0. Mateta would have got a haul. My thoughts on Mateta, obviously he's going to get 90 minutes this week because Nketiah is out with the suspension. So the minutes for Mateta are slightly better. The fixture against Man City, again, I think Palace normally perform well against Man City and actually normally are one of their bogey teams. But City are playing really well at the moment. Defensively have been much better in transition with Nico Gonzalez at the base of the midfield. And I think with Nico O'Reilly at fullback, and Guardiola at centre-back, they look stronger in defence. I think Guardiola's a very good centre-back. So I think Mateta, great form. Palace are good against City, but City have got their teeth in at the moment, have got something to play for. They're playing for that 4th and 5th spot for Champions League. Top 5 get Champions League this year, by the way, in the Premier League. Incredible. And City are sitting at 6th, so they got something to play for. They've strengthened themselves in transition, which has been their biggest fault this season. And defensively, they are looking a little bit better, to be honest. Clean sheet last week as well. In fact, have they kept two cleans in a row? Oh no. 2 cleans in a row. 2 cleans in a row. 3 out of the last 5. 4 out of the last 6 clean sheets. The only other 2... Is that right? 4 out of the last 7. And then Liverpool 2-0 loss, fine. Nottingham Forest smash and grab 1-0. And the Brighton 2-0, and they do seem to struggle against Brighton. I think it's the intensity of Brighton's press and the constant intensity full game have caused City some problems. Do I think I see that for Palace? Probably not. Probably not. Not the same intensity that Brighton have. So yeah, I think overall that leads me to why I'd probably go for... Isak. Sorry, my computer's just sort of selling itself out at the moment. Hopefully everything's still working all right. CR7 LM10, would I keep... what is going on? Would I keep triple captain for game week 36? I don't think I would. If I had to play triple captain this week, it would be on Isak, and I am playing it on Isak. This is my team for this week. Yeah, I think the debate's interesting, and I think again, Palace in the second game against Newcastle. That's probably the one where I see Mateta with bigger goal chances. I think the high intensity of that Newcastle press versus the fast counterers of Palace. I can see Mateta and Sarr having a good game, and that could be a high scoring game both sides. That could be like a 2-3-2 or a 3-1 or something like that, either side. Thanks, Tiger. Have a great game week, mate. Flexo, hey bro, what's going on? Did I bring Murphy in place of Palmer or Elanga or Mbumo? Are you asking me if you did or if you should? I'd bring Murphy for Elanga because he might be injured this week. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a weird YouTube error. But hopefully the stream's not dropping off and everything's working okay. Let me know if any issues in the chat and I'll fix it up. Sorry, there was one other comment as well. Would I keep triple captain for game week 36, CR7, LM10? Sorry, mate. Yeah, I wouldn't. Just because I think 32 Isak, and that's one of my other debates in this was, if I don't go Isak, should I hold it for 36? And my concern was that the 36 fixtures would just be midweek 37 and there wouldn't be doubles. And that is a real consideration. And I looked over the last 5 years and stuff to see whether there were doubles in 37 and people played midweek in 37, and they do. So, yeah. Chris, what's up, bro? Yeah, no problem. Let me pull your team up now. Sorry, I just had some snacks that I wanted to eat. Pulled over. Thinking of doing Foden to Savino. Would allow me to do Murphy to Rodgers next week. This is a deadline question, Foden to Savino. Because we don't know. We're hoping for Man City team news. Some late Man City team news. I think it's possible we'll get it. And as you say that, what I should do is pull up Twitter on the side. And I'll try and keep an eye out for you guys to see if we get anything. I'll keep looking at your team, mate. Don't worry. Just give me a sec. But yeah, for the week, I mean, I think what you're looking at is Munoz, Livramento, Guardiola or Konsa at the back. I'll probably go Konsa. Midfield, Murphy, Salah, Sarr. And you're going to bench Saka, I'm assuming. I think Foden might start. Too early for team news now, right? I guess. Must be. I'm having a look. I'm having a look. I'm doing ASMR. Someone just messaged me. Is it good ASMR? Should I continue eating into the microphone? Sorry. If it's good ASMR, I'll keep it going. How'd that sound? Another way, yeah, I'll get to you, mate. Benching Saka as it is. I think I'd try and wait as long as possible, Chris, mate. Like right up until the deadline to see if we get any team news on Foden. Don't make the transfer yet. I'm not sure I'd move him if we don't get team news. I'm not sure I'd move him even for Savinho. And then, sorry, Murphy to Rodgers next week. So you got one transfer this week. So you could have 2 transfers next. So think about it this way. I think Foden and Savinho, if we don't get team news... Ooh. That is not reliable for team news. That is not reliable team news. Sorry, I just saw some news, but the English ASMR. How old Glasner, Luke Littler, Glasner, mate. Another way, I'll answer your question in a second. Yeah, I think about it another way. If you save that transfer, say we don't get any team news, and you save that transfer for Foden, then next week you can move Murphy to Rodgers, and you can make another move, and you could maybe move either Isak to Watkins or Livramento to someone else. Who are you missing in that team? Yeah, Livramento to like a... I don't know, Villa defence is pretty hard when you've already got Konsa. That's the only issue with that double Villa defence. I think it'd beat Isak to Watkins for me. I think that would have to be what you could do with the other transfer. So I think maybe that's a potential upside for you. Chris, what do you think? Also, fair play on wildcard 30. I was the first to push it, then everyone else followed suit. Mate, I know. Sometimes I know that I'm right and that I just wait for the other content creators to follow. But amusingly, if it wasn't for a couple of things that popped up, people wouldn't have done it. And I'm annoyed because I think it was definitely the right strategy. And everyone that I've done team reviews for today has been green arrows, except for one guy. All of my subscribers have had green arrows. So, yeah, it was good. It was a good result while carding in 30. Bonty, how bro? Welcome back. No worries, man. Always here to help. Guardiola, Konsa. I'll go Konsa this week. Konsa. Another way. All right. Your team is Martinez, Rea, Guardiola, Saliba, Munoz, Livramento, Kirkis. Should I TC this week and bench boost next week? Please advise. It's pretty much my team, mate. Yeah, I'd definitely TC. A TC Isak, a bench boost next week. If you got free transfers next week, I'd move... this week I'd play Munoz, Livramento, Guardiola. If I've got free transfers next week, I would be moving Murphy, Kirkes, and who's the other one? Livramento maybe, or Isak. Those would be who I'd be moving. And I'd be moving them to... It's hard seeing it on the screen like this. You already got Rodgers. How many players do you have? Yeah, probably move one to Watkins. Isak to Watkins. Murphy. Who am I missing? Who are your City players? Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe you go for a City midfield. I mean, yeah. You don't even need to make that many moves. I think your team's good another way, mate. I think it looks good. Alex, is Kiwi or nailed? I don't think nailed, but I think he's probably like 85% for me. Don't think anyone in the Arsenal team is nailed, because who has a clue what Mikel Arteta is thinking at any stage of his life? He's just a wild guy. Biggie2 West. Oh, yeah, welcome back, bro. Stuck with TC Isak this week and bench boost next week. Yes. Yes, I think so with that team, mate. Yeah, I think so. It's a nice team. And then you probably want to bring in like a Kiwi or Saliba next week for Livramento. And yeah, that looks good otherwise. Looks really nice. Nice team. Chris, should I start Saka or Rodgers? Rodgers for me, mate. Bonty, can I check your team? Yes, mate. I'm actually going to change this stream to subscribers only in like 15 minutes, just so it's a bit easier to answer all the questions. Sorry. No worries, Biggie. This is what my streams are for, man. Helping you guys. No one cares about my team, really. I think it's cooler being able to interact with you guys. And sometimes people have some really nice ideas. It's Attitude. What's up, bro? Welcome back. And it's nice to see people that come on every week. For example, It's Attitude. He's one of my more recent subscribers. Hey, man, I want to see your team. I know it's cool because I like following everyone else's teams. I sort of like, if I've had a bad week, sometimes I see some of my like OG subscribers having great weeks, and it's like, that's nice, man. I'm happy. Although normally we will have good weeks together. Last couple of weeks, we've all had good weeks together. What were we saying, Bonty? Livra Munoz Consa this week. Man, I always forget yes, Semenyo, bro. He stinks. Murphy, Salah, Sarr. Who Bournemouth got? Would I play Semenyo over Saka? Probably would. Nah, just play Saka. Nah, Saka v Semenyo is hard for me because I hate Semenyo, so I'll probably play Saka. But I think I'm a bit biased because I think Semenyo's finishing is the worst thing I've ever seen. I think my grandma could finish better than Semenyo, and she's not even alive. As her ghost could finish better than Semenyo. Team looks good though, mate. Think you can roll your transfer. Bench Gabriel, Gvardiol, and one of Saka or Semenyo. Yes, Suks. Welcome back, bro. Yeah, Semenyo sucks, man. I've been saying this since day dot. If you're watching the games, have you seen how many sitters he's been missing? Nobody talks about it. I swear it's just me. I'm like the only person. I just talk about how he is the worst finisher ever, and then he continues to make me sound like a genius every time because he's always missing sitters. No worries, Biggie. Much love, bro. Good luck this week. Luke Littler, best defenders to get if I have Konsa, Munoz, Milenkovic, Guardiola. Do I like Luke Littler? Come on, bro. You know I love Luke Littler. Every week. It's good to have the celebrities on stream as well. Really builds my brand. I'm waiting for KSI. Bring me KSI. He might leave a super chat for 10k. If anyone wants to find KSI and get him to super chat in my stream. Yeah, maybe if I make it subscribers only, people might give me a super chat. It's Attitude, please check my team. Yeah, send me your team ID, bro. Send me your team ID. Jake Mangan. Is that Indo? It's a cool name. Isak TC this week? Yeah, I think so, man. I've got him on TC for my team. I'll show you guys my team. Sorry for ASMRing you with my eating, but I'm kind of hungry. I was cooking dinner, but then I needed to go and stream, and then I never ate. So I'm just eating fruit. Kirk is a Guardiola for Palace attacking Glasner. I mean, Fulham aren't that great offensively either, so I'd personally start Guardiola, but I think you can go either. I think Kirkus has the attacking threat as well. See, this is one of the things that on the stream as people have been bringing this up, now I'm thinking about this, like, Kirkus is maybe quite nice. Maybe I would go Kirkus over Guardiola. The attacking potential, Guardiola's most likely to play centre-back instead of left-back because of Nico O'Reilly, which means that his attacking potential is less. Palace obviously good generally against Man City. Fulham not the greatest attacking side. I think it's a perfectly valid option to go Kirkus. I would say wait for the Man City late team news. If O'Reilly starts, maybe the bigger upside is Kirkes. But if Guardiola starts left back, then it'd be Guardiola for me. Triple Palace, but I want to bring in Glasner, kill Munoz or Sarr. Kill Munoz. Kill Munoz, bring in Glasner. Do it. Definitely. Definitely do it. Let's look at your team now. Sorry, Bonty. I have Benchby free hit AM left. My plan is Benchby 33, free hit 34, AM from whenever. Correct. Correct decision. Correct decision. Absolutely correct decision, Bonty. Leo. Yeah. I think you probably AM 36 to 38 just because 38 there'll be more teams playing for nothing, so it might be a bit easier to get a bonus. But let's look, when it gets to 35, join the stream, we'll look at what the best like bonus AMs are that week and if it's worth just going for it a week early. Because it might be. But it just depends what the table looks like at that time. 760, 85, 84. But yeah, Bonty, good team, bro. You're good. Yep, it's actually, we're getting there, Quex. We're getting there. Yeah, you and Thomas Frank, you backed me, man. Thanks. I appreciate you backing me with Thomas Frank. He did the business for us. He did the business. And then Potter matched him and I got annoyed about it because I was like, damn it, I wanted to tell everyone I was right to go for Thomas Frank over Potter. I was still right. I'm glad he got the points for you there, bro. Oh yeah, you went Son, didn't you? Yeah, he's been dog this year, hasn't he? Sorry, Son, I do love you, mate. He's just had a bad year. Well, I mean, to be honest, like, let me show you. Do I have Son on here? Yeah. He still scored 7 goals and got 9 assists, but it just feels like he's had a rubbish year from his perspective. Given that, like, a couple of years ago, he was matching Salah for, like, 20-goal season, winning the Golden Boot. Just not the greatest of years for Sonny. Especially when you see Morgan Rogers at 8 goals, 7 assists. Anyway, just thought I'd pull it up. Quick, so you got 1 safe transfer, so you got 2 transfers this week. So if you roll it, you'll have 3 and 33. You're on AM, so you're not going to be bench boosting. So I guess you can use your transfers whenever to attack. Another green. Oh, man, great game week, 70 points. See, look at those 2 green arrows since the wildcard 30. That's what I'm saying. Let me show you guys. Oh, damn. Why is that overlay? Oh, never mind. You don't get to see. I was going to show you guys, but I can't. Anyway, 2 green arrows. Great stuff. That's when people listen to me on the wildcard. Luca! How can I help you? You're out and you can't hear me. All right, we're changing this stream now to subscriber only mode. So sorry, but it's just so that for the last 20 minutes, I can help A, subscribers, and B, we can look for team news as well, and I don't have to do too many team reviews. So sub to the channel, please, and then like the video, and then give us your comments. Anyway, it's actually, we're thinking killing Sar to bring Rodgers, since Munoz will now goal threat as a defender. Nah, I'd leave Sar. I think Rodgers may not play this week. I think he probably, like, Emery loves him, so he might. Flexo will come to you, bro. Emery loves him, so he might. But I would say it's better to kill Munoz. And your backline's so good as well, even like specifically for this week. You could play Cucurella, Burn. You could just bring in like Saliba. Or you could bring in Kiwior because you don't have the money. You can bring in Kiwior. You got to move Frank to Glasner and bring in Kiwior. That's what I think you should do. Bring in Kiwior for the double next week. And so next week, because you're not on bench boost, you'll have 1. That will be Kiwior. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doublers, which is quite nice. And you would have used your 2 frees, but you'll have 1 more. So then you can maybe move next week Murphy to Rodgers or Isak to Watkins. And you'll have 8 doublers for 33 plus Salah plus Son. Probably not. You probably don't play Son. Or you could, maybe you could move Son to, maybe you have enough for Son to Saka. If you went Munoz to Kiwior, would you have enough for Son to Saka? Might do. That's probably what I'd do, mate. Munoz to Kiwior. Either Son to Saka or Murphy to Rodgers. Or Isak to Watkins, but I'd probably rather keep Isak long term. I bench Rodgers for Guardiola, good cool MMA shorts. I'd have probably gone the other way around, mate. Just because I think there's a bigger upside. If Rodgers starts against Southampton, he could do well. Flexo. Hopefully that's helpful. It's actually, bro. If you're still not sure, shout out. Could do Son Saka after going Kiwior. Yeah, then I would probably do that. Go Kiwior, and then you have the option next week. What do I do with this team? Green arrow though, 624. You're on AM. No worries, mate. No worries. I'm here to help. That's my job. Well, that's not my job. My second job. I'm not really sure what I would do. You got 1 transfer. And I almost want to say you should go Howe to Glasner. And probably just don't change anything else. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Suks, mate. That's why I just went to subscribers only mode for a bit. Which maybe I can leave it off for another 10 minutes. I've still got time. I've still got time to do a few of you guys. Yeah, I probably wouldn't change much, Medi. I'd probably just go out to Glasner. Jesse, what's up, bro? Elliot, Gabriel to Saliba or Timber or Concert or keep him benched. Other defenders, Munoz, Guardiola, Burnley. Yeah, just bench him. Decide next week, Elliot, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, Flexo, mate. I just think I'd go Howell to Glasner. Shanak, Rodgers or Foden to start. Rodgers for now, mate. We're waiting for news on Man City. Let me look. I'll give it 10 more minutes before I go subscribers only. Will Alanga start? My guess is no. My guess is no. So the comment from Nuno was, sorry, one sec. Comment from Nuno was that there were issues with Alanga, Wood, and Awoniyi, which basically meant that all of his strikers were out, and he was saying that's a bit of an issue, and they'll have to see. So he said no. He said he didn't really say. See you, Suks. No worries, bro. Good luck this week. Enjoy the swim. Switch Foden to Saka for 33. Wait and see, I think. Wait and see. I'm moving to Saka for 33 probably. Saka or Moreno. Who are the guys that give reliable team news? I'm just looking for team news, guys. Yeah, I probably wouldn't switch him at the moment, but definitely something that you could do. All right, I'll put my team up. This is what I've got. Start Guardiola, Milenkovic. If you look at me, I've currently gone Milenkovic. Start Mamouche, Foden or Timber. Mamouche. Easy. Son against Wolves looks good, but want to play Savinho instead. He's been bad for Spurs. Getting close now. Make your mind up time. That's right, mate. That is right. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I think my team is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, you can go Savinho, but just obviously wait for this team news if we get any. No, I haven't got any. I'm looking. Suku, mate, where are you? Your place looks amazing. I see the Twitter. Palmer versus Sonar battle still in the mud. Both just been bad. Yeah, man. I'm on Palmer. Nish, last minute. Oh, as always, good to see you, mate. Is playing AM with Glasner a decent move now? Yeah. As in, you're already on AM, right? I'd play Glasner, yeah, for sure. Nico Williams, good pick. Yeah, Nico Williams is good. Should I replace Munoz with Kiwi, or is there any better double game week players you prefer? Already have Newcastle. Not double game week, but if you wanted to go for someone else, I'd go for like a Connor Bradley at Liverpool if you didn't want a double game weeker. Nothing coming. Come on, give me some team leaks. Why Milenkovic over Guardiola? Just prefer the fixture. Morning, bro. Come on, give me a leak. I've gone Glasner AM. Yeah, nice. Yeah, if you want a single game weeker, then I like Connor Bradley. Next 2 weeks, really nice. West Ham, Leicester. Frank last week was a good hit for AM. Anyone should have listened to Aussie. 10-point leads to 2-time doubles. That's right, mate. That's right. Good picks from me. I'm trying to think of who my midfielder would... Sorry, Luke is messaging me about his team. He's like, I'm out at the moment. I can't hear the stream. What shall I go for? He's got Cliver and Gordon and Gabriel, and I was like, it's a tough one for the midfield because you don't know who to go. Team lock, Mateta and Murphy in, Larson and Palmer out. Also, Mateta captain, wild. If not Glasner for AM, then who? Nah, you got to go Glasner, mate. Otherwise, Eddie Howe, but you got to go Glasner. Rashford looking good at the moment for a midfield pick. Nah, he's not going to start this week, Jesse. He's not going to start. Because he started against PSG. I reckon it's going to be Watkins, Asensio and Mallon up top for Villa. Triple cap on Isak. Yeah, triple cap on Isak. I think it's the best option. We talked through it earlier on stream. I think Man United are going to heavily rotate given the Europa League game. FPL Gregs, you're fake news, aren't you? Are you fake news? There's no way he knew team nude that early. Watkins starts. Guardiola starts. Rumour has it Savinho start. Phil Foden is a doubt. Oof. Saliba or Kiwi, or does it make a difference, Alex? Just depends if you need the money. Depends if you need the money. If you don't need the money, I would go Saliba, because he's probably like 100% lock rather than Kiwi or like maybe 85. Start Rodgers and bench Sarr? Absolutely not. Start Sarr, double game week. Elliot. Would you, CR7LM10, would you sell Murphy next week for an Aston Villa player? Yeah, I'm selling Murphy for Rodgers next week. If you don't need the money, just go Saliba, Alex. Palmer still 10.7 after being so shit. He should have dropped in price. He has dropped in price, mate. He was like 11.3 earlier. I think I had him. I think he's dropped like 5.5 mil since I've had him. 180. That's right. There are some, I'm not sure these are FPL Gregs on Twitter. I think those team leaks too early to be reliable. Who else is good at team leagues? Lazy. Main raid as well. Eight minutes to go. Get your pick saved. Luca, what's up? You're not buying Murphy. You don't care. Maybe 4 at the back and roll, mate. 4 at the back and roll, Luca, for next week. Start Nico Williams or Milenkovic. Ooh. Could go either way, in my opinion. Could go either way. We're going to get a bunch of... How was Game Week 31? Green Arrow, 53k in the world. Pretty good. How about you, Nish? You're getting Asensio, Hala Madrid. I think Asensio starts this week. It's next week that's the issue. Next week is the issue. 33 is the issue, Luca. Mate, honestly, I think you might regret it. Maybe just roll. 4 at the back and roll. Hello, good sir, Luke Littler. That's right, Luke Littler is everyone's favourite celebrity. Lock your teams in, guys. Lock your teams in. It's 8 minutes to go. FPL Cartel, where are you? Can you add me to any of your FPL Cartel groups? Joel Gomez, who should bench, Saka, Rodgers or Dina? Bench Dina, he's not going to play. Start Saka. All right, we're going subscribers only. Are we? No, it's all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. I'll let you guys keep rolling. But just subscribe. Like the channel. Subscribe now. Like the video. Come on, help me out. It's only a small thing. It will help me hugely. Who is this bloke? Mamouche starts. Of course Mamouche starts. Come on, give me something. Bench Savio or Saka. Saka, bigger upside. I think Savinho... I think Savinho starts, mate. I think Savinho starts. I think I'd play Savinho. Ryer or Verbruggen start. Verbruggen. VAR is ruining the game. Joel Gomez, who's bench Saka? Yeah, I said that. I messaged twice both times. Got another Nick. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Good morning, bro. I've done that. Gabriel and Foden in my team also have Odegaard. None will play this weekend. Arsenal will be resting Kyo's and Foden the doubt. Only have one free transfer, 1.5 in the bank. I'd move Gabriel. You never know that with Foden. I'd either move Gabriel or Odegaard. Maybe Odegaard to Sarr or Murphy if you don't have one of them. Would I go Rodgers or Rashford in 33? At the moment, I'm on Rodgers. Chelsea fixture looks easier this week. Ipswich, yeah, I've got Palmer in, that's why. Nick, sorry, bro. I'd very much apologise for that. Sometimes I just miss comments. I'm also trying to find some team leaks. 5 minutes. Has anyone seen anything? Is the final team good I sent on X? Yeah, that's good, mate. That's good. Saliba v Kirkes or Gvardiol? Is that the way you'd go? Suks. Gabriel 2, Kiwior or Saliba, Nix. Kiwior or Saliba. Or Odegaard to Murphy, Sarr. Yeah, Kiwior, Saliba, Konsa. I don't care. You don't start Gordon. He's coming off. All right, fine. He's coming off the bench though. Guaranteed first game. That's minimum. That was part of Tyndall's press conference. Enzo or Mamouche to start. Mamouche. Rodgers or Rashford in 33. Probably Rodgers, but 33 is far away. Quex. We can think about that. Gordon is not starting this for the first game this week. Yeah, Tyndall said it in his press conference. He might be good enough for the bench. Maybe second game he gets some points. Maybe second game. Gordon to Asensio, I'll start Gordon. I can't tell you to do that, Luke. But I would if I had to pick between the two, I'd do Gordon to Asensio. But as a good, faithful friend of yours of FPL, I would tell you to just do Gordon to Murphy or just 4 at the back and roll. Play Dini or Saliba. Well, you can play Dini, but he's not going to play, so Saliba. No, I've not got anything. I've not got anything on Man City. I've not got anything on Man City. This is actually crazy. I've not seen anything. Bryce, start 2. Rashford, Saka, Nico, Dino, Guardiola. Rashford, Saka, Nico. Start 2. Nico Williams, Saka. Boss R, he'll play Dino or Saliba. I think that's 1-1. Okay, fine. That's fine, Suks. If you think that's cool, go for that. Raya or Martinez, Rodgers or Saka. Rodgers, Saka or Nico Williams. Martinez, Rodgers. Start Milenkovic or Williams. That's so hard, Luke Littler. Either's good. Williams, 2 minutes, 1 minute, guys. I've not got any team news on Man City. I'd go Savinho over Saka. I'd go Savinho over Saka. And just hope that he starts. 1 minute. Lock in now, guys. Lock it in. Lock it in now. No early news. Devastating. Lock in, boys and girls. Are we there? Saliba, Guardiola. I'm tempted to play Guardiola. Oof, we're gone-ish. Sorry. FPL is updating. What are we saying? Should I stay on for team news, for the City team news, or are we done? Are we done? It's funny because anyone that doesn't have triple captain will have captained Isak next week. All the like big creators, because they're all scared. They're scared of like expected ownership. Such a load of trash. Just pick the best team in it. All the best Analog Day Studio. Game week 32 is underway. Rogers posted an IG story. Hopefully he starts. Let's go, Rogers. He was the one that I thought was most likely to start. Saliba is hoping for a banger week this time. Let's go, Nish. Last min Saka in. Wild. All the best, Nish. All the best, fellas. This is where we landed. That team looks so nice though. Like I didn't really have any benching headaches. And now my bench is probably going to score like 40 points. Savinho is going to score a hat trick. Well, she'll be good for everyone else, just not me. Just not me. Whew. Wow, that was a long stream, man. We did like 3.5 hours. Try to join early, yeah, bro. Please do. No, it's always good to have you. Whenever you can join is good. It was super hectic today, to be honest. It was super hectic today. I just want to see what the FPL cartel's done. Do you reckon they know like who was benched? I reckon they know. I need to get myself in this FPL cartel. Give me the chat. Give me the chat ID. Mad. Yeah, bro, it's been good. Oh, Luca in my DMs. What's going on? What DMs? On where? Ooh. Thanks, buddy. Can't see him, Luca. Gordon is starting. Of course he is. Thanks, Analog Day Studio. Appreciate you, mate. As a Southampton fan, I can see Saints win. Oh my God. Why don't I have these things full screen? What am I doing? I can see Saints win v Villa with them rotating and us free with the knowing of relegation. Yeah, Nish, all's good, mate. All's good. Life's going good, mate. Really good. It's very busy. Very busy. FPL stuff takes up some time, like quite a bit of time in the week, you know. It does actually take up quite a lot of time trying to get everything sorted and everything out. I just saw that Harry started 4 at the back, Foden on the bench, Saka on the bench, so he must know. He's part of the cartel. He must know that that they're not starting. So there you go. I expect to see City team news, Foden on the bench. And then we can be certain of the cartel. Nice. Harry's actually quite good. All good, Luca. Enjoy, mate. Much love. Let's go, Anthony. Yeah, Nish, man. Things been good, bro. Honestly, things been good. Just busy, man. I don't have a lot of time. I'm sort of like, post-May, it'll be nice to have some weekends to myself thinking about how to improve the channel. How to make things better for next year. Go out, do more in the weekends. I'm back on the plane. I'm back on the plane. Did you get on the plane? Yeah, so things are good, man. How's things with you, Nish? What's happening? Any life news? Oh. My voice is croaky as hell, hey. That is what 3.5 hours of streaming does for you. Not good things. But a good stream. I mean, we had like over, well, from what I can see, we had like over 500 people on the stream. We did have like 1K not that long ago. Work is hectic, but we move on. Yeah, man, feel ya. It's the same. Just got to try and get it done, you know. Make sure you make the time for the things that are important in life, you know. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Maybe I'll create a super successful YouTube channel, make a shit ton of money, and then I can just do YouTube and do the things I want to enjoy in life. Oh, it's pretty cool, to be fair. Some of the FPL streamers that do this, the fact that they just like watch footy for a living, how good is that? Come on, Quex, you know my name's Adam. Don't message Let's Talk FPL. He did reply to my comment the other day, actually, because he posted a video and had the wrong quote from the press conference. Most of them are all pretty good guys, though. I think all of the FPL streamers generally pretty good guys. Some exceptions. Some exceptions. No, I think like I appreciate all the work they do, to be honest. It does take a bit of work to get stuff out. I think if you're doing it full time, it's obviously like way easier. And I think like also if you just put like statistics on screen, like it's easy, like just talking to statistics. No value add. But yeah, man, I think like a lot of them are good blokes. Seem good blokes. I definitely appreciate the ones that also have full-time jobs. Some of the slightly smaller streamers. It's a tough world, man. Tough world. Especially when like you got some busy days at work and stuff. You're doing like 10 o'clocks. I had a few this week. I was working till 10. Luckily, I did like a lot of my setup for the stream pretty early. So I was like ready. And we had a good time stream because like, you know when the streams are like 4 a.m. I missed the deadline boarding. What's your team? What did your team end up with? We still haven't got any team news. Come on, man. What's happening? There's always leaks for Man City. You saw the like Ange came out and was like, we've got leaks in the club for our team news. It's like, mate, even if you have leaks, it doesn't matter. Legend Nish, much love. Catch you next week. Good luck this game week. Hope it goes well. Sorry to say this, Leaker, but Savinho and Guardiola start. Nah, that's fake news, man. It's fake news. Sometimes people post on Twitter that people start, like, and then they'll delete their tweets because they're just looking for like retweets and clout, which is, man, I don't really rely on it unless it's somebody that I have seen get right multiple times. Seen some leaks suggesting Foden is benched. I don't know. Ended up with Potter playing Liverpool, but a good team apart from that. No, Potter, are you joking? No, that's the worst. AM is like the most important thing. I can't support that either, mate. I can't support West Ham beating Liverpool. I'm sorry. There are certain things I will always support for my subscribers, but I can't support against Liverpool winning. Especially for West Ham. Wow, Ben Crellin bench boost. What the... That's actually crazy, Ben. I mean, he doesn't have any risk except for Rodgers. Season's finished. Well, not if West Ham beat Liverpool. Not if West Ham beat Liverpool, mate. That's all right, mate. We'll get you back up the ranks. You still got one more AM as well. You need to remember that. Make sure you just sub Glasner in now. No, don't do it yet. Come on, Man City, team leaks. Give me something. We got 20 minutes till the end. Oh man, if it's not going to come up, I'm going to end the stream, guys. It's been a long stream. We've done 3.5 hours. Let's hope Isak comes in. Let's hope everyone comes. Let's just hope this goes well. Big week, 32. Big week. 33 is going to be a green arrow. So 32 is a big week. I think 34 will be a green arrow because I'm on free hit and I always pick good teams on free hit. All right, guys. Hope you all have a great week. It's been a pleasure. Tune in this week. Actually, what I'm going to do is, if you want like a rate my team for 33. Thanks, Cody. Hopefully green arrow this week, mate. You'll be the number one next week. I'm green arrows in everything apart from my league. Yeah, it's my league. Top class, guys. Yeah, if you guys want to be part of like a rate my team video, I think I might try and do one of those again next week for a bench boost 33. DM me your team and team ID, and I'll try and put together a video potentially tomorrow. Otherwise, yeah, I'm thinking of some new ideas for some videos. I might do like a roundup of the best FPL content for the week and just let you know what ones you should watch. And yeah, otherwise just watch out for one or two videos next week. Yeah, have a great game week, everyone. Hope you go well. This has been your English Aussie. Have a great one, guys. Catch you later.